Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We're going live right now.
Not necessarily those of the station, its staff,
Move this
management,
a
or
little bit.
sponsors. The Steve Kane Show
There we
is
go.
live
Sorry,
morning
little
drive,
motion sickness. We're
6
going on
till
the air
9
live
a.m.
now.
weekdays, and overnights midnight till 6 a.m.
Right.
7 nights a week. To call the show toll free, 1 triple.
Oh man, welcome, everyone. Good Monday morning. My name is Brian Craig. Oops, we have to turn the delay on. I don't want to go live on the radio without the delay. Welcome. It is Monday, November 18th, 2019. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. And we are here live with you weekday mornings from 6 until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with overnight rebroadcast 7 nights a week from midnight till 6 a.m. Welcome. Oh boy, I tell you, not a not a good week for the Democrats. Democrats in big trouble, people. Democrats in huge trouble. They have this impeachment hearing, which just totally backfired on them, and it's getting worse every day because they're in this hole that they just cannot get out of. Mayor Pete Buttigieg is under fire from Black Lives Matter over the weekend. He's flaming out. Oh my goodness, they have no candidates whatsoever. No candidates whatsoever. And who do we have? The 45th President of the United States, Donald John Trump. We're doing so well. Big rally next week here in South Florida for our great president who will be celebrating his official residency move to the state of Florida. I mean, this is just a great time to be a Republican, a great time to be a conservative, and a wonderful time to be a supporter of Donald Trump. Oh, man, I tell you, would you want to be a Democrat right now? They're losing on all fronts. In fact, what they're doing with this impeachment is not just embarrassing for them, they're losing a lot of their base. President Trump's poll numbers, even these phony polls that are fixed to go against him, President Trump's poll numbers are going up during the impeachment. They're alienating their own base. This is great, just wonderful stuff. Our number is toll free from anywhere. 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. Oh man. 888-465-2631. Your thoughts on all of these things and more certainly are welcome on the program. And I tell you, I could not be more excited than I am right now about being on the Trump train. And, Adam Schiff, who's going to take all the heat for this. What you have is you have some very radical Dems from radical Democrat areas that are pushing the agenda of the Democrat Party, which is wonderful for us. Schiff may be a disgrace even among many in his own Democrat Party, but he's got that base out in Hollywood. He'll be reelected and elected and reelected in that left-wing district where they want to hear this nonsense. The real question is, will the commie bartender, AOC, Ocasio-Cortez, will she be reelected? She caught a district off guard. And, the Democrat Party establishment, the people behind the scenes, the donors and all of these people behind the scenes, they really are not, they're not happy with Schiff. They're not happy with the squad. They're not happy with Tlaib. They're not happy with Omar. They're not happy with the commie bartender, AOC. And they were really caught off guard, the Democrat establishment, with these radicalized people driving the agenda of their party into the toilet. Now, again, we don't want the Democrats to fix themselves. We want the Democrats to continue to destroy their party and alienate their base. We want that to continue to happen. Don't misunderstand me. This is a good thing. But the question is, how many of these first-term squad members are going to return for a second term? In the commie bartender AOC's case, she caught the Democrat Party off guard. They felt very safe there. It's a strong Democrat district. And she primaried out an incumbent, a senior Democrat. Will the Democrat Party allow that to happen again? Because All this with Trump, with the bureaucracy after Trump and the deep state after Trump and the establishment after Trump, that's all true. But there's an establishment in the Democrat Party that is multi-generational. You look at Nancy Pelosi. When Nancy Pelosi was 20 years old or so, there's a photograph of her where she didn't look that bad, not bad looking, but doesn't everyone look good in their 20s? Except Hillary Rodham Clinton. She never looked good. And Chelsea Clinton. But there's a picture of Nancy Pelosi. She's about 20 years old with President Kennedy. Very young and pretty-ish for her. So there's a Democrat establishment that plan on being there, Congress after Congress, president after president. And they don't like these flavors of the month taking their party to a place so far to the left that they've alienated their own base. So this is just a great time. And yeah, I know. Yeah, the Trump rally next week, I've got my tickets. I'm going with my daughter. How many of you here in South Florida have your tickets in hand for next week's Trump rally? Next week is Thanksgiving. And yeah, and it's right before Thanksgiving. A little chilly here in Florida today. I hope it's not chilly. It'll probably be a little chilly next week here in Florida. But what I'm hoping is that it's not wet, because it was chilly this weekend and wet. That's why they get snow up north. We in Florida, South Florida, don't get snow. But I don't like the cold and the wet at the same time. So I can handle the cold. I just don't like the cold and the rain. But I'll be at that rally next week. The rally starts at 7 o'clock at night. I guess the president will come out during prime time at 8, during Tucker Carlson. I'll be there. It's not too far from my house, actually, this rally. And this Trump rally next week is in Sunrise, which is here in Democrat-controlled, for now, Broward County. And the rally location is really a historic location. President Trump's rally in Sunrise is at a historic location. And what I mean by that is President Trump's rally next week is at the same location where Obama visited, and that woman came out and said, remember, I'm not going to have to worry about my gas. I'm not going to have to worry about my mortgage. If I take care of him, he's going to take care of me. Remember all of that? Yeah, that was at the same venue that President Trump is going to fill up next week. Oh, man. Some people in the chat room on YouTube Live are telling me we don't know what cold is in Florida. Well, see, many of us, and maybe most of us, are from the north. I'm from the north. But we moved to Florida for the warm weather, okay? And when we're down here in Florida, we block out all those cold winters up north, and we expect it to be warm all the time. We have a couple of cold days. It was 57 degrees this morning. When I woke up, I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta wear a jacket or something. That's pretty cold. 57 degrees here in South Florida. That is a cold one. Now, Wednesday, Attorney Barry Siegel is having his incredible workshops, and you are invited. Steve Kane will be there. I will be there. And this workshop is going to be much different than the past workshops we've had over the past several months. First off, this one, usually what Barry Siegel does is he has a Medicaid planning workshop followed by a revocable living trust workshop. And he's combining them into one. So it's going to be a Medicaid planning and living trust workshop. They're going to be combined together. And he's moving it from Boca to Plantation. So we're going to have a combined workshop, Medicaid planning and revocable living trust discussion in one workshop. It's going to be in Plantation from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So you got both, and it's only going to take 90 minutes. And you still have an opportunity to ask Attorney Barry Siegel questions while you're there at no charge, of course. And the workshops are also free. I will be there, little old me, Brian Craig, and Steve Kane at 10 a.m. In fact, it's Wednesday, this Wednesday, the 20th. So we'll get off the air, and we will speed at the speed limit to the Hyatt Place Plantation, which is 8530 West Broward Boulevard in Plantation. Again, it's at the Hyatt Place Plantation at 8530 West Broward Boulevard. You'll learn how a properly designed and maintained living trust Estate plan can protect you from forcing your family through court, forcing your parents through court, forcing those that are disabled through court. How you can avoid forcing your family to court if you or your parents pass away. How to avoid losing an inheritance to predators like divorcing spouses, lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, the IRS. How to stop HIPAA from sabotaging your estate plan. It's and a whole bunch more. I mean, those are just a few things. You'll learn how to avoid nursing home seizure of your assets, how to avoid a forced spin down of your assets, and of course, how to avoid running out of money before you run out of life. These workshops, well, this is one workshop, it's completely free, but Attorney Barry Siegel does ask that you call his office and make a reservation just so they know how many tables, chairs that they need, how many refreshments, how much coffee they need, and how large of a room they need. Steve Kane will be there. I'll be there. Again, it's at the Hyatt Place Plantation, 8530 West Broward Boulevard in Plantation. Call Attorney Barry Siegel's office just to let them know you're coming. 1-855-FLA-ESTATE. That's 855-352-3782. 855-352-3782. And of course, Steve Kane and I will see you there Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. We'll break and be right back. Don't go anywhere. Be right back, guys.
It's Christmas time, and what better gift to give than the gift of a good night's sleep with a MyPillow pillow top mattress. Dad gave me one as a gift, and I'm so glad he did. I was talking to Dad, and I was telling him I wasn't sleeping at night. I was tossing and turning all night long. I had an old, worn-out, lumpy, bumpy mattress that was so uncomfortable. I wasn't getting any sleep. A couple of days later, there was a knock at the door, and it was a MyPillow mattress. I slept on it that night, and ever since I've been sleeping the whole night through. No more tossing, no more turning, and when my alarm goes off in the morning, I'm up and ready to go and well rested. Give your kids, grandkids, spouse, or yourself the gift of a good night's sleep with a MyPillow mattress. Go to mypillow.com and use the promo code
That's right.
KANE, K-A-N-E. When you use the promo code KANE, you can save up to $300 off your MyPillow mattress. They come in all sizes, from twin to California king and every size in between. Go to mypillow.com and be sure to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Order yours today. It's worth its weight in restful sleep. And Merry Christmas from the whole Kane family.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire of Margate, where they have all the major name brand tires like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beaten.
All right.
Steve Kane's tires or a Sienna van at the other tire shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the tire shops around town. Friendly Tire, only $65. That's more than a 50% savings. Those prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of used tires too at $30 for most sizes. Call my good buddy Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
All right, yeah. Now, this is some exciting news. Buttigieg, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, he's in some big trouble. Now, many months ago, hold on, I got to fix something over here. Okay, sorry, fixing a wire. Still got to fix it during the break. I'll fix it during the break this time. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it while I'm on the air. Hold on. Can't quite fix it, but I'll get it fixed. Don't worry. So, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, openly gay mayor of South Bend, is, he's been in some trouble for the past few months. A police officer who is of the Caucasian persuasion shot an African-American man dead. And since this fatal police shooting, he's had all kinds of trouble. And I'll just give you some headlines from CNBC, some bullet points on this. Pete Buttigieg met with Black Lives Matter after a police shooting, and it did not go well. This was back in September. After a fatal police shooting threatened Pete Buttigieg's presidential ambitions, the mayor talked with representatives from the activist group Black Lives Matter over the summer. I remember he felt very rushed, speaking of Mayor Pete Buttigieg, as if he wanted to check it off a box as something he did, meeting with Black Lives Matter. This was according to one activist who was on a call with the presidential contender. So it was on a phone. He did like a phone conference with Black Lives Matter. Buttigieg's presidential campaign declined to comment on the discussions, which included a meeting in his office, and denied repeated requests to make the candidate available for interviews. So this is not good. This is not good. And it doesn't matter that the guy that was shot dead by the white police officer was a criminal or not, or had a criminal record as long as my arm. The only thing that matters is the cop's white, guy's black, and they're Democrats. And he's a Democrat. And over the weekend, Mayor Pete Buttigieg ran into a group of Black Lives Matter activists back home in South Bend, and they're not very happy with him. This is Mayor Pete. Let me pull it up here. Here we go. Mayor Pete with Black Lives Matter over the weekend.
Of course, Black Lives Matter.
Hear that? Okay, are you a racist? I hear them asking in the background. Are you a racist?
What about a black life? What matters about a black life to you, Mayor Pete? What matters about a black life to you? Answer that more than just what. Answer that.
I do not have evidence that there has been this.
Now, this part here, he's reading from a piece of paper as he's standing, it looks like in a field with a group of Black Lives Matter people. Really, should a white guy be standing in a field with a mob of black people? Doesn't that harken back to the days of slavery? Hey, sir.
I'm not asking for your vote.
Wow. Did he say I ain't asking? Let me go back. This guy, this Rhodes Scholar, did he say ain't asking? Hold on, because I want to see what he actually said there. I'm wondering. Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
I'm not asking for your vote.
No, he said, I'm not asking you. He didn't say ain't. And then I hear the woman at the end, you ain't going to get it either. Wow. So Mayor Pete Buttigieg under attack from Black Lives Matter. Now, here's the question. Was that real? Or did the party establishment send Black Lives Matter out there to attack Pete? Because this is an old news story. Why are they all jazzed up again at Mayor Pete over this? So my first thought is this is the party establishment, maybe the Biden crowd, or probably the Hillary Clinton crowd, sending Black Lives Matter over there to give Mayor Pete a disastrous event. And I've got another clip which I'm going to play in a moment, which will back up what I'm saying. And you know, Hillary Clinton, I believe, is behind this Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scandal in the Ukraine being exposed. Hillary Clinton has been getting negative things out about different Democrats to discredit Democrats running for president among their base, which will leave an opening for her because in her fantasy, she's not some old hag. She's a hot feminist young woman who America wants to be president. And I'm telling you, this is not, in my opinion. Now, I'll take your calls on this at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. The Democrat establishment, probably Hillary Clinton's campaign, are looking to get Mayor Pete Buttigieg out of the running. Now, Buttigieg is backed by the Kennedys. He's a Kennedy. talked about this before. He was recruited by the Kennedys back in high school, and the Kennedys have been pushing his career from the time he was in high school when they gave him an award from the Kennedy Foundation, Carolyn Kennedy and Ted Kennedy. And the Clintons are ticked off at the Kennedys and have been for years because the Kennedys came out and endorsed Barack Obama instead of her during the Democrat primaries back in 2008. And the Clintons and the Kennedys have not forgotten about this. And what really truly makes me think that this is the Clintons and the Democrat Party establishment trying to get rid of Mayor Pete Buttigieg with terrible, terrible optics, being confronted by very angry Black Lives Matter people, is because Chuck Todd on Meet the Press over the weekend also went on the attack against Buttigieg. This is Meet the Press, Chuck Todd on Buttigieg. Listen.
In that area.
The question, though, is who had the worst week in the Democratic primary? Is it Joe Biden, or is it Pete Buttigieg, who is getting tested now with a crisis in South Bend? A white police officer kills a black citizen of South Bend. He has been there most of the weekend dealing with protesters and really being read the riot act. Here's a quick excerpt.
Did you just ask me if Black Lives Matter? Oh, of course, Black Lives Matter. Then fire your car!
Welcome to the NFL. All right, this is a big test. Pete Buttigieg, is he ready for the national stage in his own city? This to me is a big test for him.
It's a big test, and unlike former Vice President Biden, he doesn't have a long-established relationship with the African-American community. He didn't work on civil rights, and he's really just starting to introduce himself to American voters. Right now, that was taking place in South Bend. To what extent will it resonate? Clearly going to be a topic of the debates. But look, I think what he did that was smart was that he went off the campaign trail, he went back home, and he dealt with those people in his own community face to face. The question is, did he do a good enough job?
You know, though, we're getting some scrutiny here. It was interesting. Politico magazine, Peter, noted that the South Bend Police Department has not gotten more diverse under Mayor Pete Buttigieg. It's actually gotten whiter.
Yeah. Wow. So Mayor Pete has Black Lives Matter after him. He has Politico and Chuck Todd on Meet the Press exposing him, and promising to diversify the police department turned out to make it whiter than it was when he became mayor. He, as a Democrat, the Democrat Party it's kind of like the United Nations. It's a collection, it's a ragtag collection of special interest groups, most of which hate each other, but they come together in this ragtag coalition during national elections. And if you are a Democrat running for president and you lose one of those ragtag coalitions, you're not electable because it's a very loose and fragile coalition in the Democrat Party. Gay activists, Black Lives Matter activists, and all of this. And at this point, Buttigieg is not electable as a Democrat on a national ticket, at the top or the bottom of the ticket. And are you allowed to ask him if he's going to be on the top or the bottom of the ticket, or would they consider that to be, I don't know. But I do know that when you have Black Lives Matter after you and you are a Democrat, you're done. You're done. Because they're very vocal, very active in these large urban centers. Who was the Democrat that said all lives matter and they went after him? Oh, no. Remember that? Who was that? The Democrat who said all lives matter in the last election. It was during the primaries, and he got in trouble. Someone had asked in the chat room, they said, Buttigieg may be a good vice president. Vice president of what? The South Bend Better Business Bureau? I don't even think he'd be good at that because the Democrats are anti-business. No, it was a guy from Baltimore that said all lives matter. He was the former mayor of Baltimore. Was it KANE that ran with Hillary? I can't remember. He said he was talking to the National Urban League. He said all lives matter. They basically booed him off the stage. He came back later and apologized to them. He said oh no, not all lives matter. No. To say all lives matter is to deny that Black Lives Matter. Remember that? And and he came back and apologized within an hour. Buttigieg is in a lot of trouble. And you know what? I'm happy for him. I want him to be in a lot of trouble. Don't you want these Democrats? And one thing I like about what's going on in the Democrat Party is there is so much division among them. The Democrat Party, which is usually very much united, Martin O'Malley, thank you very much. Martin O'Malley said all lives matter. They booed him off stage, and he had to come back and grovel and apologize within an hour because only black lives matter. Asian lives, Hispanic lives, white lives, Eskimo lives, none of them, just black lives matter. That's right. That's right, Martin O'Malley. Martin O'Malley. Now, any lab test now of Plantation, a longtime sponsor here on the Steve Kane Show, and any lab test now of Plantation is a spectacular place. At any lab test now of Plantation, they guarantee the lowest price on all of their thousands of lab tests in this town. There are lots of any lab tests now, no doubt about that, but there is only one any lab test now of Plantation where they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. Now, we give you a handful of examples of the low prices, and the examples we give are the tests that people come in for most often, the most commonly asked for test. Okay, but you'll find similar savings on all of their thousands of tests. Now, of course, at any lab test now of Plantation, no appointment is necessary, no doctor's order is needed. Everything is completely confidential. Nothing goes on your medical record. You don't even have to use your name. You can make up a name or use a number. They're open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. In most cases, you get your results back in 24 to 48 hours, and they have thousands and thousands of tests available. Again, there's just a couple of the tests that are the most commonly asked for test at any lab test now at Plantation, but you will find similar savings on all of their thousands of tests. PSA test, which all men need to have that are over 30. You all need to get that PSA test. I get it. $34 at any lab test now at Plantation. Now, you got to mention the Steve Kane Show for this, by the way. PSA, just $34. Full cholesterol panel, that's the full cholesterol test. The good, the bad cholesterol, $28. Thyroid panel, now this is the complete thyroid panel, just $49. The diabetic A1C test, you diabetics should go in for that on occasion, don't you? $27. That's it at any lab test now at Plantation. And in and out in 15 minutes or less. I've never been in there 15 minutes for my lab test. Boom. I always look at the clock on the dashboard of my car when I put the car in park, and I look at it when I get back in the car after I've had my lab test done. I have always been in there less than 15 minutes. And that is with me talking to the guys in there because they're friends of mine at any lab test now of Plantation. No doctor's order needed, no prescription, no appointment necessary either. Just walk right in. That's right. Ask them about their allergy testing. You ever have allergy testing done? Oh, man. You go to the allergist, they stick you with about 90 needles. Oh. At any lab test now at Plantation, they do allergy testing too with just one blood draw like any other blood test, and a test for both food and environmental allergies. If you have any questions, give them a call, 954-916-1072, 954-916-1072. Online, labtestingplantation.com. Any lab test now at Plantation is located in the public shopping center, also known as the Jacaranda Plaza, immediately west of University Drive on the north side of Sunrise Boulevard and Plantation. And when you stop in, tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Radio Show. All right, we'll be right back. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We'll be right back.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental.
Steve Kane Show.
And I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities. I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental
will give Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with Attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782. Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm Brian Craig, back here with you. This is Florida's longest-running radio show. We're back live on the air this week. Last week was the cruise. We were back live on Friday, in case you didn't know. But we are back here live today. Let's go to the phones. Richie, the bus driver. Hey, Richie.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. You know, I listened to your with this Buttigieg deal. I think you're right, but I don't think it's Hillary. I think it's the Obama team because Deval Patrick is announced and they're pretty much in the same lane. And I really believe that it's Obama. And Deval Patrick is one of these soft-spoken, liberal, nice guy governors of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Very liberal state, very liberal, and this has got Obama's handwriting all over it. You got to start eliminating people in the same lane. Buttigieg is the first.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that because they're kind of in a game of they're playing the Hunger Games. These Democrats, that's a good guess. My thought was Hillary, but I forgot about Deval Patrick. Yeah, you're right. I think that's a good guess, Richie.
Mr. Soft-spoken Deval, and he's a very good friend of Obama's. You know. They're sort of the same, easygoing, nice guy, liberal. You don't know what you get till you vote for him, and that's what.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something. Could I just flip the subject real fast and say to you that there's a lady that I can't stand who showed her true colors. Somebody who's got a mean spirit in her.
Yeah.
Somebody who's got hatred in her heart. That's Meghan McCain.
Oh yeah.
Roger Stone just gets he gets his 7 counts. He's guilty on all 7 counts. And the guy is 67 years old. He lied to Congress. Just like all the other Republicans.
Like Schiff did when he made up the conversation between President Trump and the Ukrainian president. Yeah.
He goes to jail and he has a potential of 50. I hope President Trump pardons him and the hell with all of them. And she says he should rot in hell. This is a Republican, Meghan McCain. She's like a father. I mean, that was her comment. How mean? Why don't you just keep her big fat mouth out of it?
The emphasis on fat. Well, and Roger Stone, I know that these Trump haters are doing victory laps about Roger Stone. Here, Roger Stone did nothing wrong. He was charged with crimes that were created because of this phony investigation. And when the phony investigation proved to have nothing to it, those charges should have been dropped. Yeah, I'd like to see President Trump pardon Roger Stone immediately, and Papadopoulos at the same time, and General Flynn, just like those service members.
What did he do? He went to court in Washington. Was it Washington he went to court?
Oh, yeah, they moved it, up to D.C., absolutely.
Yeah, D.C., where they're all liberal Democrats. That jury pool had to have been full, okay? Hatred of Donald Trump. Anybody who's a Trump. But if that was Obama, the guy would have walked.
Yeah.
Every one of these people in the FBI lied all over the place. Nobody's in jail yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Incredible.
And not only that, lied to Congress. They're lying to Congress all the time. And yeah, no, what happened to Roger Stone's awful. At some point, you know, I think President Trump will pardon him. He'll pardon everybody probably but Manafort. I think he's ticked off at Manafort. But the other ones, I think, will get their pardons. And that Michael Cohen won't get a pardon either, by the way.
I'm watching Meet the Press. I'm watching I'm watching all of them. This made up garbage to eliminate the president of the United States, to eliminate our votes. I tell you what, I have a big mouth on the phone here on the radio, but I will be an activist. I will go if I have to go to the streets if they remove this president over baloney, total baloney, because they can't beat him at the ballot box. And the truth of the matter is, since when can't we go after a presidential candidate who's as corrupt as crap?
That's right.
All of a sudden, Biden, who's corrupt, and we can't go after him and his son because he's running for president? If that's the case, go out and rob a bank and then run for president. They can't touch you.
Well, you know, next week, President Trump is having his huge rally here in South Florida, in Sunrise, in Democrat-controlled Broward County, the same venue where CNN had their town hall on guns after the Parkland shooting. And I would love it. I'm going to be there. I've got my ticket already. I would love Trump to come out and sign pardons for Flynn and Roger Stone and Papadopoulos at the rally. Wouldn't that be amazing if he just came out at a table and signed the pardons? Oh, man. The crowd would go nuts.
Not to do it now. They advise them not to let the military guys off the hook. They set a bad precedent. Let me tell you something. Obama's engagement rules while he was president of the United States, you were waterboarded on radio. You were waterboarded.
Oh, yeah.
Obama said it's torture.
Yeah, well, it's not pleasant. Yeah, I was waterboarded, but it wasn't pleasant, but I wouldn't consider it torture.
We're better than that. We're better than that. So in other words,
yeah.
Rules of engagement were like the Vietnam rules of engagement. I mean, I'm done with these Democrats. They are lowlifes. They're liars, lowlifes, and
yeah.
Shift over the weekend, having a rally saying we're going to send this Trump back to basically the Golden Town.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the judge, jury, and he's making all these decisions.
Yeah, it looks as if, yeah, I know, I was going to play that later, but it seems as if Schiff has come to a conclusion before all the witnesses and evidence is in. How can Schiff over the weekend say that they're going to remove the president from office? How can he say that as the committee chair before all the witnesses have been heard and the evidence has been gathered? It sounds as if he's already made up his mind as to what he's going to do before the evidence has all been collected. What's going on here?
What's going on here is as obvious to anybody with any brain. They're thrown. This is a coup. It's to me. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's been doing it for the last 3 years. He's the biggest liar. He's a leader of the get Trump out of office. He's being set up, and this is so wrong. I hope the American people wake up to this. This is such a kangaroo court. If this was, I hate to say this is a lynching.
Yeah, but you know what? We're gonna win on this. You should drive down for the rally next week, Richie. It's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday next week, before Thanksgiving. I can if you email me, I'll send you the way to get the tickets. Can you email me? I don't want to give it out on the air. Although, you know, if you email me or message me on Facebook, I'll send you the link. All right, Richie the bus driver. Oh man, yeah, Richie the bus. Anyone who has not been to a Trump rally, you really should go to a Trump rally. And this Trump rally next week is so significant because it's in this Democrat stronghold of Broward County, which is really surrounded by what's left of the Democrat strongholds of Florida, Broward and Palm Beach County Democrats, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be a huge rally. It's going to be a huge rally. And it's going to be a huge rally because, well, one, we want to welcome our president as an official Florida resident, which I'm very proud of that. And I'm just hoping, I would like to see Governor Ron DeSantis at the Trump rally next week here in South Florida. and bring out the signs where you enter the state of Florida and say that and let us know that we've updated the signs that you see on the highway as you enter the state of Florida. You are now entering the state of Florida, home of the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. I'd love to see that. And I'd love to see the governor of Florida at the rally next week make the announcement about the signs. Because this rally is for him to be welcomed as a Florida resident. And what better way to welcome him as a Florida resident than show that the signs in the state of Florida now bear his name as the official home of the 45th President of the United States, Donald John Trump. That would be spectacular. Eventually, they'll change the signs if they've not done it already or are not working on it. If anyone out there is connected to the governor of Florida, and I know there are in this listening audience, get word. We got a week. He can get those signs. He can get all that done before the rally next week, and he can take credit for it. He doesn't have to credit me, the governor, although I wouldn't mind the credit. But he doesn't have to credit me when he goes on stage and makes that announcement with the president. Let's take our last break of the first hour. It's Monday morning, people. We're here live. I'm Brian Craig. You know, a week ago today, I was in Mexico, and now I'm in America. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Brian here. Are you 30 years of age or older? If you are, you have low T. That's low testosterone. Don't worry, nothing's wrong with you. We all have low T. It's part of the aging process. That's why you get more tired than you used to. You want to take naps. The heat bothers you more than it did. And your sex life, well, I don't have to tell you about that, do I? Life doesn't have to be that way, though. Call my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Mitch Matez, at 561-953-5490. Talk to him about hormone replacement therapy. Hormone replacement therapy will give you your energy back. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more productive. And your sex life and sex drive will be back like it was when you were 25. It's a free consultation with Dr. Matez, but you have to tell him you heard about him on the radio. 561-953-5490. 561-953-5490. Online, hormonetherapybocaratone.com.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Sole Authority. At the Sole Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Sole Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoleauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire.
I got you, King.
Margate, where they have all the major
Actually 90 right
tires
now.
like
Guys, make sure you subscribe. I'm only like 49 subs away from 3,700. So if you could subscribe, that would be spectacular.
At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the tire shops around town. Friendly Tire, only $65. That's more than a 50% savings. Those prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of
great
used tires
spiritually.
too,
Thank you,
at
thank you.
$30 for most sizes.
If you're not subscribed,
Call my
subscribe.
good buddy Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone. 954-977-9445.
I'm only streaming it on YouTube right now.
954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, welcome everyone. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. That's right. You know, here we are. We're in Christmas season now. I know Thanksgiving, it starts Black Friday and everything else, but we're in Christmas season right now. That's the way it is, or holiday season, if you're not a Christian or someone who celebrates another holiday. And it's time to do your holiday shopping, and there is no better gift than My Pillows. And My Pillow, for Steve Kane listeners, when you use the promo code KANE, have incredible deals for you. When you go to mypillow.com and click the radio listener tab, as I'm about to do right now, you will see a whole host of deals that are offered to Steve Kane listeners at checkout when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. And oh boy, I just did this right now as I was talking. I went to mypillow.com, I clicked the radio listener special, and popped up on my screen was a window that says receive $10 off your order now. Wow. Wow. So when you go to mypillow.com, click the radio listener tab, I can't promise this $10 window will pop up for you. It just popped up for me right now. And they have great deals. Now, an incredible Christmas gift is the gift I got for Christmas last Christmas, which was a My Pillow. But there's an incredible deal when you use the promo code KANE. You get 2 My Pillows for the price of 1, the BOGO. You get 2 premium My Pillows for the price of 1 when you use the promo code KANE. And if that window pops up on the radio listener specials, you get another $10 off that. They've also just offered recently, and this is a great deal with a huge discount, the My Pillow towel set, just $76.99. And that towel set is usually $109.99. So usually $110, just $76.99 now. They have now, with all these deals, you've got to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. And again, it's offering me another $10 off on top of these deals. The Giza Dreams sheets, I have those as well. With the promo code KANE, you get 1 set of Giza Dream sheets from My Pillow, and you get a second one for free and free shipping. So you get, they have the premium My Pillow, buy one, get one free offer, that BOGO. They're also offering the BOGO on the Giza Dream sheets right now from My Pillow. Buy 1 set, get 1 free, and free shipping when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Save 30% off the My Pillow mattress topper with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. The dog beds, now, I have the pet bed myself, okay, at home. My pets absolutely love it. It comes in multiple colors and multiple sizes, depending on the size of your pet. And this makes a great gift for your fur baby. We always give gifts to our dogs and cats. Do you guys do that? What better gift than a My Pillow pet bed for your pet? They'll love it. As soon as you open it up, they'll be right on it. And the pet bed's just $19.99 when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. The full-length My Pillow body pillow, regular price $89.99, but when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, just $29.99. And there's many more specials too when you use the promo code KANE there at mypillow.com. Plus that window for another $10 off just popped up for me. So go to mypillow.com, do your Christmas shopping right now. Use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. All right, back to the phones we go. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hey, Brian, it's Jeff from Maine.
Hey, Jeff in Maine. How you doing? Other than freezing, how are you?
That's true. Listen, I think this Trump going to the medical thing is going to be the next thing blown up by the media and libs saying there's something wrong with him.
Yeah, they're already starting that. They're saying Trump went to, was it Walter Reed over the weekend? They're saying that it was unscheduled and an unusual process, and I don't think any of that's true because he's just as busy on his public schedule. I think that President Trump is so busy working, and when he's not working, he's going to rallies like the one I'm going to next week. So he doesn't schedule he didn't have time to schedule a doctor's appointment. He just went when he had some free time, and they're trying to make a big deal out of it.
And I just see this getting blown way out of proportion by the fake news.
Well, yeah. So what are your thoughts on the unscheduled doctor's visit?
I think that they had it scheduled, that it wasn't written down or something. It's something simple.
Yeah, yeah, that's possible. Either it wasn't scheduled, and he just fit it in when he had the time, or it wasn't on the official schedule released to these creeps in the media. So they're acting as if it wasn't scheduled, but was really scheduled. It wasn't put on this schedule that they see. Yeah, they're always looking for something with President Trump, no matter what it is. You know, he does something good, and they're looking to tear it down.
And I was in the Marine Corps, and you see your enemy, you kill your enemy. In Rule 2, you try to negate civilian casualties. And that's about the only two rules that should be in war.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, these military pardons over the weekend, I'm so glad. Now, the one guy that lieutenant that got out, he was doing some serious time in Leavenworth. What I'm wondering with him, and maybe you know the answer to this, I didn't see anyone bring this up in the news over the weekend. Now that he's been pardoned, will he have his rank reinstated and benefits, back pay, full veterans benefits? Will he be put back in the service? I don't know. I hope that's part of it.
President Trump has that right to do that.
Yeah. Well, with the Navy SEAL, not only did he pardon him, he gave him his rank back. So I'm just hoping with that lieutenant, it's the same thing, including back pay. Obama gave back pay to that traitor Bergdahl, you know, and yeah.
And he gave him a promotion.
That's right. Gave him a promotion, gave him his back pay, and he was a traitor. So this guy's been pardoned. He should have his rank reinstated, his full military benefits reinstated. He should get all of his back pay, including whatever his family situation is, all the family and all of that, you know, and including the housing allowances and all that they didn't receive, and have the option of returning to active duty if he chooses to. Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't hear anybody bring that up over the weekend, and that was in my mind because I've never seen a military pardon before by a president. I don't know if they've happened or how long ago the last one was, if it has happened. I've never seen that happen before, and these are the kind of questions that I want, because he didn't commute the sentence. It was a full pardon. There's a big difference. You know, when they commute the sentence, you're still convicted. You're just not doing any more time. So these are full pardons. The big difference. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're all week.
Yeah, I'm rested and detoxed today. On Friday, I was a little tired on Friday, I must say. I was more than a little tired. I was pretty tired on Friday's show. But today I'm all back to normal. It's back to normal today. You know, I don't take much time off. I don't take many vacations. I don't have the opportunity to. So when I take a vacation, I kind of take it to the extreme because I get so little time off and so little vacation time, other than the weekends, you know. But I work on the weekends too. So, you know. By the way, if you don't, check out my podcast, The Brian Craig Show Podcast. I'm on most podcast platforms. It's a show I do from my studio at home with my wife. We just uploaded a new episode last night, The Brian Craig Show Podcast. And I want to let everybody know, Wednesday this week, come meet Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, at Attorney Barry Siegel's Medicaid Planning and Revocable Living Trust Workshop. They are this Wednesday. And Barry has made a major couple of changes to his workshops. One, he's combined the two workshops. Instead of having a Medicaid Planning and a Revocable Living Trust Workshop, he's combining them into one workshop. And both workshops combined are only 90 minutes, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And the second change that Attorney Barry Siegel made is he moved the workshops to Plantation at the Hyatt Place Plantation, located at 8530 West Broward Boulevard in Plantation. This workshop is completely free. Steve Kane will be there. I will be there. We'll head straight there when we get off the air on Wednesday. These workshops, I have been to Barry's workshops. They're incredibly informative. You'll learn how a properly designed and maintained living trust estate plan can protect you from forcing your family through court if you or your parents die. You'll learn how to protect your family from being forced through court if you or your parents become disabled. You'll learn how to avoid losing an inheritance to predators like divorcing spouses, lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, the IRS. That's right. You'll learn a lot more, too. You're going to learn how to, most importantly, not to run out of money before you run out of life, how not to be forced to spend down your assets, how to avoid nursing home seizure of your assets. This is a big problem when people don't properly plan, and so much more. And you'll also be able to ask questions of attorney Barry Siegel, plus meet Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig. The Medicaid Living Trust Workshop, again, 10 a.m. to 11:30, Wednesday, in Plantation, at the Hyatt Place Plantation. It is completely free to attend, but we do ask that you call Barry Siegel's office just to let them know you're coming, so they know how large of a room, how many tables, how many chairs, and how much coffee, how many bagels, donuts, and other delectables that they bring. Call Barry's office toll-free, 1-855-FLA-ESTATE. That's 855-352-3782. 855-352-3782. And again, it's this Wednesday from 10 to 11:30 in the morning. Steve Kane will be there. I, Brian Craig, we will both be there, and you are all invited. All right, second hour begins now.
Talk 1470 is WWNN Pompano Beach and 95.3 FM W237BD Boca Raton, the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes.
Hey, Nick, good morning.
These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Soul Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoulauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Plus tax, tag title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit. Offers end 11/10/19. Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $18,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $13,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SET, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group.
By the way, guys, let me throw this out. I'm not going to do this on the air yet. I was going to start, I know a lot of you support my Patreon for my podcast. I was going to start a Patreon for the Steve Kane Show. What do you guys think about that idea? One, good idea, a Patreon for the Steve Kane Show. Somebody had mentioned it to me on the cruise last week.
855 FLA 3782. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are
But I don't want to announce it on the
host,
air until I have it
guests,
set
and
up.
callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Steve Kane Show is live in Morning Drive.
That wouldn't be
6 till 9 a.m.
for me, it'd be for the
weekdays,
show.
And overnights, midnight
Great idea.
till 6 a.m.
I'm going to talk to Steve about it after the
Call
show
the show
today.
toll free 1-888.
All right, just running some ideas by the YouTube live chat during the break. Always looking for feedback. Welcome back, everyone. Hour number 2 has begun. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Welcome back, one and all. Oh, man, lots going on. Lots to talk about. If you just tuned in, you've missed a lot. You've missed a lot on this chilly Florida morning. 57 degrees when I left home this morning. It's 57 when I got up. Oh, my goodness. I don't mind a few days of cold. It's just when it's raining on top of the cold. Ugh, that's not why we live in Florida. But hey, even in the tropics, I know it's technically the subtropics in South Florida. Even in the subtropics, I call it the tropics, you still have to get rain on occasion. And a little bit of cold. But I could use some of that global warming. If they could give me, if Greta Van, whatever her name is, could bring me some of that global warming to South Florida just for this week, especially the Trump rally next week, I'd appreciate it. We don't like it when the weather is like this. So over the weekend, Schiff, who is just looking, I mean, he's looking bad, really, in this here. This impeachment inquiry just is totally backfiring on the Democrats. Jesse Waters, over the weekend, on his Fox show Saturday night, made what I consider to be the best observation I've heard, so I want to give him credit for it. He was talking about those who testified at this impeachment hearing this past week. He says you can't even call them witnesses because they haven't witnessed anything. It's true. I don't know if Jesse Waters came up with that thought, but he was the first person that I heard say it. You cannot even call them witnesses because they did not witness anything. Oh, man. I know. It's absolutely amazing. And those hearings, I mean, what was the highlight of the week? Can you tell me what the highlight of the week was from the hearings? Yeah, it's kind of like, who did that song, Heard It From a Friend, Who Heard From a Friend, Who Heard From a Friend, You've Been Messing Around? Was that Kiss? I used to love that song. Heard it from a friend who, I'm not going to sing, heard it from a friend who heard from another, you've been messing around. Was it REO Speedwagon or Kiss? REO Speedwagon or Kiss. But that's basically what those who testified, we're not going to call them witnesses since they witnessed nothing. That's right. Since they witnessed nothing, we're not going to call them witnesses. We'll call them those who testified last week during the impeachment inquiry. They experienced nothing firsthand. They heard nothing firsthand. Friends who heard about things from other friends told them things happened. What an embarrassment. And, you know, a lot of times what happens is people get in this circle. They get in this circle and they think everybody thinks like they do. And they get out of their little bubble and they realize that they have a very unpopular position, or what they're saying is not the mainstream. And I think the Democrats are really caught off guard by what's going on here. You know, they thought that America was going to be hanging on the edge of their seats for the next statement made from the so-called witnesses, those who testified last week, and no one cares. In fact, President Trump's poll numbers right now are higher than Obama's poll numbers were at this point in his presidency, and he's going through this phony witch hunt. You know, the main problem the Democrats have, other than Donald John Trump never broke a law and is a squeaky clean Marine, that's a big problem. But they've gone after him so many times, right? Stormy Daniels, Miss Piggy, yeah, Miss Universe, right? Yeah. the Mueller investigation. They've gone after him so many times and have come back with nothing that it not only does it look like what it is, trying to overturn a national election, but they have no credibility any longer. The boy that cried wolf. They keep going back. They keep going back. And when that doesn't work, they try this gimmick. Like I was talking to the caller from Maine in the last hour. The president took what they're saying is an unscheduled trip to Walter Reed. So they're questioning his fitness because the media didn't know about this trip to Walter Reed for some type of checkup. Now, we don't know that it was scheduled or not. The media is spinning that it's unscheduled. We don't know if it was unscheduled or maybe, like I said, maybe it wasn't scheduled, but he's so busy, he just fit it in when he had some free time. We don't know. But the media, now they're trying to go after him for his health again. And they've lost so much credibility, even among their own people with this, that you bring in these weak witnesses that saw nothing, heard nothing. In fact, some of them even cleared President Trump, even though they were there to condemn him. And boom. And then over the weekend, Adam Schiff, who's a real creep. Schiff is just a disgusting man. I mean, he's just a disgusting person. He really is. And when he banged that gavel down when that Republican lady congresswoman from New York was talking last week, oh my goodness. Could you have imagined if it was a Republican chair and that was a Democrat woman? Oh my goodness, the Me Too sexism charges would have been going all over the place. And everyone understood, because it was clear as day, that he gavelled her down because she was asking questions he didn't want to have asked. And Schiff, who's overseeing this committee, the story is they're bringing forth witnesses, they're introducing evidence, and then when all the witnesses testify, this is his story in this kangaroo court, when all the witnesses come in and testify, when all the evidence is gathered, when everyone's been questioned, when they've had the Q&A from both parties, then they will render a decision and vote as to whether impeachment should move forward, right? So Schiff over the weekend is speaking at the Democrat convention in California, their state Democrat convention. This is Adam Schiff, and I don't like to play clips of Adam Schiff because I can't stand him. I can't stand looking at Schiff, and I can't stand listening to him. But this is Schiff over the weekend.
We will send that charlatan in the White House back to the golden throne he came from.
Well, wait a minute. Adam Schiff, you say you're going to throw this charlatan back to the golden throne he came from. I guess that's the toilet in his apartment at Trump Tower, which I think is made of gold. I thought you were listening to witnesses before you decided. I thought that members of Congress from both the Republican and Democrat Party would be able to question witnesses. And then evidence would be entered. And then you would decide. It sounds as if our judge, our jury, and our executioner has already decided on the verdict of this hearing before the witnesses have all spoken and the evidence has been gathered.
We will send that charlatan in the White House back to the golden throne he came from. And you know why? Because we vote. How do we build another big, beautiful wave? We vote.
Yeah, we vote. Well, I thought the evidence had to be collected. I'm confused because, now again, maybe I'm from an old-time America, right? The America that I'm from is not the America, apparently, that Schiff is living in. In the America that I grew up in, right, there was a presumption of innocence before someone was proven guilty. Witnesses, evidence were brought in. The accused could face down their accuser in a public forum. So I'm so confused. I'm so confused because I think they've dispensed with that part of things. Now, another thing here, now at the end, what he says in the second part, he's talking about the blue wave, getting this blue wave going again.
That charlatan in the White House back to the golden throne he came from. know why? Because we vote. How do we build another big, beautiful wave? We vote.
Okay, so now he's talking about removing the president. He's talking about removing the president in the election. So this is interesting because I thought he was guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors, Adam Schiff. Is Adam Schiff telling the Democrat State Convention in California over the weekend that the president is not going to be impeached and removed from office? I'm so confused by all that's going on here from Adam Schiff. I really got to wonder how Adam Schiff is processing everything that is going on. Because I did not hear any analysis, and I'm talking even from Democrats, I did not hear any analysis in regards to those impeachment inquiry hearings last week that said anything positive. Democrats are trying to get away from it. Does Adam Schiff know it? Does Adam Schiff know that his hearings last week were a big bust? That his witnesses didn't witness anything? And some of them actually, they cleared President Trump? Is he aware of that? Because if he is, he's kind of in a position that Mueller was in. Mueller, in this investigation, there came a point where he knew Trump did no wrong and they couldn't jam him up and he wanted out, but he couldn't get out. He was so deep into it. So they brought in Barr, and Barr gave him a path to end the Mueller investigation. Schiff has no path here. Schiff is really deep into it. He's up to his waist in, you know what, Schiff, with an F at the end. And there's no exit strategy for him. And when this all comes down, he's going to be the one who's held responsible for all of it. The destruction of the Democrat Party, which I'm very happy about. Don't we want the Democrat Party to be totally destroyed? Yes, we do. Now, I know another thing that you want. You want to look and feel the way you did when you were young, just like me. That's right. And the way for both men and women to feel and look the way they did and feel the way they felt when they were young is to go and talk to Dr. Mitch Matez and about hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is absolutely amazing. For women, if you are in menopause, not only will hormone replacement pellet therapy stop menopause in its tracks, it'll reverse it. The mood swings, the night sweats, all gone with hormone replacement therapy. Your sex drive will be returned. One thing about menopause, women suffer from not just a loss of sex drive, but also vaginal dryness, which makes sex either very painful or impossible. That problem is reversed as well with hormone replacement pellet therapy. And for men, I've been a patient of Dr. Matez's for 3 years now, or is it 4 years? How old? No, it's 3 years. I forget how old I am now. I'm at that point where you stop thinking about it and you forget because you want to forget because I feel so young. Now, I've been a patient of Dr. Matez's for 3 years now, and hormone replacement pellet therapy has turned my life around. Very few people think I am the age that I am, which is 48 years old. I am 48 years old. I don't look 48. I don't feel 48. It's because I've had my hormone levels restored to where they were when I was in my mid-20s. And I feel better today than I did in my mid-20s because at my age, I have those hormone levels back, but I eat better, and I'm not partying like I used to do all the time, too. So I have more energy, and I feel better than I did when I was in my mid-20s, thanks to Dr. Matez and hormone replacement pellet therapy. Men and women who are suffering from hair loss, hormone replacement pellet therapy stops hair loss in its tracks, and the hair you have left will grow back thicker, faster, and fuller. It's absolutely amazing. I know, it is. And there's other incredible benefits as well. Give Dr. Matez a call. It's a completely free consultation if you mention the Steve Kane Radio Show. 561-953-5490. 561-953-5490. And online, hormonetherapybocaratone.com. And again, to get that free consultation with Dr. Matez, mention you heard about him on the radio. 561-953-5490. We'll be right back.
This is Lori Kane.
Be right back,
And
guys.
I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities. I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a
Right back,
patient
guys.
for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
Right now, the U.S. is in the midst of a deadly opioid epidemic. In South Florida alone, someone suffers an overdose every 2 hours, either from heroin, fentanyl, or some other prescription medication that's as close as the family medicine cabinet. In fact, Mom and Dad's medicine cabinet is frequently the gateway
Now
to
listen,
the horrors.
I'm going to talk to Steve today. I haven't mentioned it to him yet. He doesn't even know what it is, so I'm going to have to explain it to him. I'm going to talk to Steve today about a Patreon for the radio show. So if you have any suggestions on the Patreon, email me or message me on Twitter or Facebook, okay? Don't tell me in the chat because it goes so quick I'll miss it. But if you message me or email me, I'll remember it. But I'm going to talk to Steve today about setting up a Patreon for the Steve Kane Show.
And get them into the treatment plan that they need. The Edge Recovery offers every option, from intervention to 30-day rehab to sober living to counseling with a licensed therapist, as well as group therapy treatment. It's covered by most insurance, but no matter what your situation is, the Edge Recovery has options for you.
It's calling me.
523-4325. Again, that's Sal's personal cell phone. 561-523-4325.
Yeah, what's up?
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an
Okay, don't take off right after the show because I want to run something by you real quick. All right, bye.
Specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make.
He's got an appointment somewhere today, and I don't want to forget to talk to him about the Patreon.
753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show, the Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. That's right. That's what makes this the longest running radio show in the state of Florida. We are live in Morning Drive, weekday mornings from 6 until 9 a.m. Eastern Time, broadcasting live on AM 1470, as well as 95.3 FM. We're also on the air 7 nights a week, midnight till 6 a.m., and you can listen to us midnight till 6 a.m. on AM 1470, 95.3 FM, as well as the iHeartRadio and TuneIn app. Actually, during the live morning show and the overnight rebroadcast, you can listen to us on the iHeartRadio app and the TuneIn app, searching for us by our station call letters WWNN. 2 W's and 2 N's on iHeartRadio and the TuneIn app. And if you miss any portion of the show, you can go to my YouTube channel, and because I live stream the radio show each and every morning on YouTube, if you miss a portion of the show, just go to my YouTube channel and catch the part that you missed, or watch the show over again if you like. All right, before I get to more sound bites and bring up some new things, I'll take a call or two. Our number toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE1. That's 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Thanks, I appreciate it. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, good morning.
Hey, Nick in Baltimore. Good morning, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for the super chat, Rob.
Baltimore, too.
It's cold in Florida, too. 57 degrees. 57 degrees, I think that's like we almost think about closing down the schools.
20 degrees lower than...
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We need some global warming.
Question.
not to tie the thing up. When did Congress vote itself immunity?
What do you mean, like lying to Congress like Schiff did with that phone call transcript?
Have immunity.
Yeah, my understanding is that a member of Congress cannot slander or anything while they're on the floor of Congress or in a committee hearing. That's what I've been hearing lately. I don't know if that's true. I know they've been saying that, which it's so interesting that they say that they can't slander anyone on the floor of Congress at a time when they're having this phony hearing slandering our great president all the time, right?
Right. And the other thing is, they say that, well, you can't investigate Biden because he's a candidate. Well, isn't President Trump running? I mean, he's in office, but he's running.
Yeah.
So what's going on there? You know, they say, well, you know, it's double talk.
And there's no talk of an investigation into Joe Biden threatening to pull the foreign aid from the Ukraine unless they pull that prosecutor. You know, listen, there is nothing so far as we can see that's illegal about Hunter Biden getting appointed to that board, okay? It may be unethical, but it's not illegal probably. But it certainly is a crime to do what Joe Biden said that he did, which was threaten the Ukrainian government with losing that. How much was it? $10 billion in aid. It was a huge amount of money if they didn't pull that prosecutor off.
It was like a billion.
I don't know if it was 1 billion or 10. For some reason, 10 billion popped in my mind as I said. It was a lot of. I think it was $10 billion. Yeah, I think it was $10 billion.
I think you're probably right. It's more money than we'll ever see.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Yeah, yeah.
Just don't get it. You know, these Democrats really,
Steve Kane show.
They're breaking the wall right and left, and it's right there in front of us. The darn media is complicit in all this. I mean, you had the AP leaking documents. You know, I'm just beside myself. It's just so illegal, and people know it. People are waking up to it. But remember, Democrats lie and they cheat. So we've got to get out there.
Well, that's true. That's true. But, you know, this hearing this last week, which is, I think the hearings are going to start this week again. What a bust last week was. Yeah, they start tomorrow again. What a bust last week was. And that whole stunt they pulled, that it was witness tampering by the president tweeting, how absurd is that? In fact, you know, how could she have been intimidated? The only way that she knew that the president was tweeting, that's just, if the tweeting is intimidation, which it's not, but the only reason she knew that the president was tweeting about her is because Adam Schiff read it to her during the hearing. She was in a hearing. She did not know he was tweeting about her. Schiff read it to her. So maybe it was Schiff was intimidating her if the tweet is intimidation of a witness.
Right. And by the way, aren't they not allowed to have cell phones on in the committee?
Well, these are the Democrats. The rules apparently don't apply to Democrats because apparently they're monitoring the Twitter in there. But, you know, I think it's amazing that the president was tweeting during that hearing. To have the president of the United States respond to a news event in real time as it's happening is historic, and it's absolutely amazing that he has that connection to the American people. I love it. He can't tweet enough.
So to add to what you're saying, he actually shaped the hearing because he made Adam Schiff respond to him.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. Nick in Baltimore. Thanks so much. Good morning. You are on the radio.
Yeah, good morning. I'm just wondering if the impeachment goes through and it goes to the Senate, can McConnell stretch it out that the senators cannot even campaign and would upset the primaries?
I don't know. Well, they don't even have to have a trial, apparently, that they can just dismiss it without even having a trial. They're not required to have a trial.
But if they do have a trial and they stretch it out, would that upset the primaries or the?
No, they would take breaks to go and campaign. No, it wouldn't upset anything. The elections are the elections. You don't move federal elections. I mean, it would be disruptive in that the Democrats have this election ploy going on to try to interfere with the federal elections. It would be an interference with the election by the Democrats, but it wouldn't slow anything down. Everything would happen just as it was supposed to happen.
I would thought all senators have to be actually present. They can't be on the campaign.
Well, they just wouldn't have if there was a trial, they would take some days off, I guess, to campaign or to vote and things like this. That's probably what they would do. What are your thoughts on the hearing last week? What was the highlight?
Well, actually, when Schiff read the tweet, I think he edited it. He didn't read the whole tweet. You know, with the part on where Trump mentioned that everywhere she went was a disaster.
Yeah.
That part out.
Yeah.
Some purposely. I mean, he's the one that has witness tampering or interference, but no one. You know, I wrote.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, you know, with these Democrats in this hearing last week, they thought that the American people were going to be moved towards removing him from office by these witnesses, and it's like Jesse Waters said, none of them witnessed anything. So how can you even call them witnesses? There really was no highlight. Yeah, I would say the most memorable part was that the president tweet. I'll agree with you. The most memorable part of last week was President Trump tweeting about this ambassador, you know, but nothing came out of that. They witnessed nothing. They saw nothing. They heard nothing. And in fact, mostly they kind of cleared President Trump by saying he did no wrong, right? I know that
Democrats, the hardcore Democrats haven't changed their minds, and the Republicans they're just losing interest in even watching it. So it makes.
Well, now I'm not a fan of the polls. The polls are phony to hurt Trump. But even in the phony polls, the phony anti-Trump polls, I saw today a story that said that President Trump's poll numbers are higher than President Obama's were at the same point in his presidency, and he's got this phony Schiff impeachment hearing going on. So that to me tells me that the Democrats are losing even people among their own base because they've got nothing. You know, you can't keep going after someone and then when it fails and nothing becomes of it, start a new investigation, which is what they've been doing. They've lost credibility, the Democrats.
Exit strategy. I mean, that's the problem. I don't think they know what to do at this point.
Well, the problem is you have punks like Schiff, right, who's in a very hardcore, safe, liberal, fanatical district. And a House district is really small. How many people elect a House member? 250,000 or something? A tiny little portion. So he's in a safe, radical, lefty Hollywood district in California. And, you know, so that's what they want to hear. You know, so you have a couple of radical, fringe, foaming at the mouth liberals like this punk Schiff and the commie bartender AOC and Tlaib and Omar pushing the whole Democrat Party towards something that is really bringing their party down the toilet, which is a good thing. We want the Democrat Party to self-destruct. It's a beautiful thing. It helps us, helps America.
Well, I tell people when they talk about the hearing, I said, how can you have a liar running the show? I mean, he's come out there, and where's the evidence on the Russian collusion that he saw? And he's running the show, and, you know, how can you even call it fair? Because he's running the show, he's putting out the witnesses, and he's stopping, you know, people from maybe.
Well, you know, here, look at Schiff and Pelosi are the two most senior congressmen from California, okay? And look what's going on in California. They had these fires. The street conditions with the feces and needles on the streets of San Francisco are horrible. They've had two terrible shootings in the last week. And what's Schiff doing? He's in California, all right. Is he talking about the fires or the shooting? No, he's talking about removing Trump from office. I mean, what does that? He doesn't even care about his own state that's going through terrible times right now in California.
Yeah, but they're entrenched there. They're going to stay there. You know, it's like he's up in Massachusetts.
Don't be so sure. I would like to see the president have a major, massive rally in California. I've talked about this before. If Trump were to have a rally in California, California is filled with people that love Trump. They may not be Republican, but they want to vote for him, and they don't because they have so many illegals out there voting and foreign nationals, they feel it's useless. And if President Trump held a massive Trump rally in California to let the Americans of California know that we are here for them, and we understand that it's occupied territory, but we are here to help them. You could see a mass turnout in the presidential election for Donald Trump. I'm telling you, it's possible. I'd like to see him have a couple of major rallies in California.
See how the news coverage is next Tuesday on the rally. Let's see what the...
I know he is. I'm going to be at that rally. And, the Trump rally, yeah, all good. This is very significant. The Trump rally here in South Florida next week, it's at Sunrise, Florida, which is in Democrat Broward County. And for those out of town, two things about this venue. This is the same venue that CNN had the town hall meeting at on gun control after the Parkland shooting, and it was empty. I was there, and I'm here to tell you it was empty. And this is also, this rally location next week is the same venue where back in 2008, that woman said of Obama when he appeared there, if I'm supporting him because I'm not going to have to worry about putting gas in my car. I'm not going to have to worry about my mortgage. If I take care of him, he's going to take care of me. That's where this rally for Trump is next week. And I will be there. I have my ticket already. My daughter's coming with me. She got a ticket too. And I don't think that South Florida is as Democrat as we've thought in the past because of Donald Trump. I really don't. It's going to be a massive rally in a Democrat stronghold. Now, the media are not going to tell you that it's where CNN had an empty rally or where that Obama lady was or that this is in a Democrat stronghold. They're not going to tell you that. So I'm going to be talking to you about that a lot over the next week. All right. Thanks for calling, man. All right. Let's take our break for the bottom of the hour. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. We'll be right back.
People are suffering with depression, anxiety, addiction, trauma, loneliness, low self-esteem, and problems with intimacy. Day and night, they struggle to make it through. If you're feeling overwhelmed, confused, frustrated, lost, and fear never being able to find satisfaction in your intimate relationships, it's time to be proactive. Call me. Let's talk. I am Dr. Janae Lomaski, a licensed psychologist. You can reach me at 561-777-2021. That's 561-777-2021. Or you can find my number at stevekaneshow.com.
People put off the medical care they need for a lot of reasons. My deductible is too high. I don't have insurance. My
Steve Kane
schedule
Show.
is too hectic. I just can't afford it. The time for excuses is over. Thanks to Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, where they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. PSA, only $34. Full cholesterol lipid panel, $28. Complete thyroid panel, $49. Diabetic A1C test, only $27. No doctor's order or prescription needed. All testing is always anonymous and confidential. In and out in 15 minutes or less. Most results in 24 to 48 hours. Make sure to ask about their allergy testing, which includes micronutrient and environmental allergens, and vitamin deficiency test, drug testing, you name it. Any Lab Test Now at Plantation, probably test for it. Any Lab Test Now at Plantation is located at 8367 West Sunrise Boulevard in the Jacaranda Plaza on the corner of University Drive and Sunrise Boulevard in Plantation. Give them a call, 954-916-1072. 954-916-1072. Online, labtestingplantation.com. Take control of your health with Any Lab Test Now of Plantation. 954-916-1072.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. And don't forget, Wednesday is attorney Barry Siegel's major workshop in Plantation. He's been doing workshops for a while up in Boca. He's moving his workshops to Plantation, the Hyatt Place in Plantation, located at 8530 West Broward Boulevard implantation. And I'll put that information up on social media and the Steve Kane website later today after the show. And Barry's making a couple of major by the way, Steve Kane and I will be at this workshop Wednesday morning from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Wednesday. Attorney Barry Siegel's making some major changes. One, he's moving the workshop to Plantation from Boca because a lot of you are down south in Broward County or North Dade or something, and maybe Boca was a little too far for you. So this is an opportunity for you to meet with the attorney at this incredible workshop, and you get to ask questions of the attorney as well. The second thing Barry did is he combined the two workshops into one, and both combined, it's 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. What he was doing before is he had a Medicaid planning workshop and a living trust workshop. He's combined them both. This is a Medicaid and living trust workshop. Starts at 10, ends at 11:30. You're going to learn how a properly designed and maintained living trust estate plan can protect you from forcing your family through court if you or your parents become disabled. How to avoid forcing your family through court if you or your parents pass away. How to avoid losing an inheritance to predators like divorcing spouses, lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, the IRS. You're going to learn a lot more, too. You're also going to learn how not to run out of money before you run out of life, that's a big problem. You don't want to run out of money while you're still alive. So that's something. Now, this workshop is completely free, but Attorney Barry Siegel does ask that you call his office just to let him know that you're coming so they know how large of a room, how many tables, how many chairs, how much coffee, and how much food. Okay? Barry's office, his number, toll-free, 1-855-FLA-ESTATE. 1-855-FLA-ESTATE, and numerically that's 855-352-3782. 855-352-3782. It's Wednesday, come meet me and Steve Kane at Attorney Barry Siegel's Medicaid Living Trust Seminar from 10 to 11:30 at the Hyatt Place Plantation this Wednesday. All right, on the line, we have a man who just a week ago today, I was at the Mayan pyramids in Mexico with. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah.
It was a great trip. Hey, Brian, you guys did a great job.
Well, thank you.
All the preparation, all the things that
thank you.
Make it easier for us to make sure we didn't miss anything. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Is the proof that even the Dems, they know that last week's non-witness testimonies, as you pointed out, was a complete and utter failure. I opened up the local rag here. I won't even give the name. Pelosi to Trump. Testify in inquiry. Offer is made to appear live or give...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Please don't fall into this.
He's not going to do it.
Setting the next trap.
He's not going to do it. So they've got nothing with their phony witnesses and phony whistleblowers and all this. So now they want the president to answer their questions. So, which he's not going to do. So they want him to testify, sitting at the table on the floor while they're up above him speaking down to the president of the United States. It's not going to happen.
Oath then.
Oh, yeah, they want him under oath.
Of course.
Just like they did with Roger Stone. They can't get him on any of their fantasy crimes, so they're trying to get him in a perjury trap.
That's it.
That's what they do.
I have a little picture there of Nancy and Schmuck Schumer.
Yeah. All right, the alarm is going off that Steve put in the studio. It's blinking red right now. It means it's the Ray from Sunrise light, and that warning light tells me that you've been on long enough. I've got to discontinue the call or Steve will kill me. But Ray in Sunrise, he went to Mexico with us. That's right. He's a good guy, Ray. He's a good guy. Yeah, so this impeachment hearing last week that starts up again tomorrow totally fizzled out. And Joy Reid over on MSNBC, did you see this thing with Joy Reid? Probably not, because it was on MS-13BC. But Joy Reid on MSNBC, she's trying to get her viewers in the job of brainwashing their family members at Thanksgiving dinner. I'm not kidding. I'm going to play this. This clip is 1 minute and 27 seconds long, which is long for a clip, but I want you to hear this. So MS-13BC's Joy Reid is concerned that the American people aren't behind impeachment after this week of hearings. But don't worry, Thanksgiving is coming up, and you can go home and go to Thanksgiving dinner and brainwash your relatives as to why this president should be removed from office. I never seen something like this on television. This is typically what Democrats do, not on television, but in their private activist meetings, but they did it on MSNBC Live. Now, you could make an argument that since it is on MSNBC, it's the same as being in private since so few people watch MSNBC. But listen, here's Joy Reid.
We are just over 2 weeks away from one of the most beloved American food holidays, Thanksgiving, where problematic actual history meets delicious cuisine. And many of you will soon be heading home to spend time with family and friends, eat up too much, and perhaps engage in a dreaded, contentious political debate with your cranky Uncle Roscoe when he starts yelling, "Read the transcript," at the dinner table between bites of turkey and pumpkin pie. But fear not. We here at AM Joy are going to help you get through it all by telling you everything you need to understand about impeachment.
Okay, so now what Joy Reid is going to do on her lowly rated MSNBC program is give you the talking points to use over Thanksgiving dinner to brainwash Uncle Roscoe and Aunt who? I didn't catch the other name, but it can be any relative.
Impeachment. So that you can easily explain to Uncle Roscoe and Auntie Carol before you all settle in to yell at each other about football.
Steve Kane Show.
But here's a hint. Do not worry about trying to explain the cast of characters or the way or the
Now, I want to stop this thing here. This Uncle Roscoe and Auntie, I forgot the name again. Doesn't matter. Auntie and Uncle are terms that when the Democrats had those slave plantations, okay, they used to refer to elderly slaves as uncles and aunties, okay? That's true. So really what Joy Reid is doing here is, she's using old Democrat slavery terminology. Uncles and aunties. I know, it's pretty bad, isn't it? All right, let me play the whole thing.
And many of you will soon be heading home to spend time with family and friends, eat a little too much, and perhaps engage in a dreaded, contentious political debate with your cranky Uncle Roscoe when he starts yelling, "Read the transcript," at the dinner table between bites of turkey and pumpkin pie. But fear not. We here at AM Joy are going to help you get through it all by telling you everything you need to understand about impeachment, so that you can easily explain to Uncle Roscoe and Auntie Carol before you all settle in to
Uncle and
yell
Auntie.
at each other about football. But here's a hint. Do not worry about trying to explain the cast of characters or the very overused term quid pro quo. Most people can't say it, spell it, or understand it. What we're actually talking about here is not a pithy Latin phrase. It's something a lot simpler.
See, now this is so interesting. Notice how Joy Reid, quid pro quo, she doesn't think people know what that means outside of New York City and D.C. and L.A. So you can't use that term. Everyone knows what it means, okay? MSNBC, Joy Reid.
Impeachment. So that you can easily explain to Uncle Roscoe and Auntie Carol before you all settle in to yell at each other about football. But here's a hint. Do not worry about trying to explain the cast of characters or the very overused term quid pro quo. Most people can't say it, spell it, or understand it. What we're actually talking about here is not a pithy Latin phrase. It's something a lot simpler. Bribery and extortion.
Oh.
That's it. This is a case of presidential level bribery and extortion.
See, now, this is right out of George Orwell's 1984, right? Newspeak. Remember Newspeak? Changing the meaning of words. Changing the meanings of words. So they're changing the meaning of words and telling you what words to use so that people will think this president's a criminal.
But here's a hint. Do not worry about trying to explain the cast of characters
Unbelievable.
or the very overused term quid pro quo. Most people can't say it, spell it, or understand it. What we're actually talking about here is not a pithy Latin phrase. It's something a lot simpler. Bribery and extortion. That's it. This is a case of presidential level bribery and extortion. And beyond the whistleblower and over 100 hours of testimony backing up that fact, Donald Trump admitted to it and even released edited notes from his call with the Ukrainian president, which, by the way, is not a transcript, that actually prove he did it. Even Uncle Roscoe and Auntie Carol ought to understand that.
Okay, there's Joy Reid with her old Southern plantation jargon. Here, all the aunties and uncles. Oh my goodness, that is so racist. That is so racist. But now you're armed. You can brainwash your family over Thanksgiving dinner. By the way, it's on a transcript. Bribery, quid pro quo. People don't understand what that means. That's why they actually think over there that the reason that the impeachment isn't gaining ground, right, is because people don't understand what quid pro quo means. That's what they actually think over there at MS13BC. All the aunties and uncles. Oh my goodness! What is this? Birth of a Nation? She's talking. Where did she get her script on her teleprompter? Oh my goodness! All right, let's take our last break of the second hour. If you're on hold, stand by. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back.
Rental includes $8.99 dealer fee approved credit offers end 11/10/19. Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when you and use. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $18,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $13,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail
Steve Kane
sales.
Show.
Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 SCT on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your
Yeah,
tires
Al
at
Jolson.
Friendly Tire of Margate, where they have all the major name brand tires like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beaten. Steve Kane's tires for a Sienna van at the other tire shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the tire shops around town. Friendly Tire, only $65. That's more than a 50% savings. Those prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of used tires too at $30 for most sizes. Call my good buddy Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Boy, I just checked again, and it popped up at mypillow.com. Now, if you go to mypillow.com and you click the radio listener specials, there are tons of discounts on MyPillow products when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. The BOGO offer on the premium pillows. You buy one MyPillow, you get a second MyPillow for the price of one. The Giza Dream Sheets, they have a BOGO on that. Buy one set of Giza Dream Sheets, get the second one for free. That comes with free shipping. The MyPillow towel set, normal price $109.99, just $76.99 when you use the promo code KANE. And there's many other deals too when you go to the radio listener specials at mypillow.com with the promo code KANE. But what popped up was an additional $10 off. You get $10 off that discount if you go there right now, mypillow.com, click the radio listeners special, and there's an offer right there. You get $10 off on top of that deal. I mean, it's absolutely amazing, and what a great Christmas gift. So go to mypillow.com right now. The pet beds, just $19.99. All kinds of great deals. Click the radio listener special, and you'll see that offer. And make sure you use at checkout the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, to take advantage of all these great deals at mypillow.com. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Robert, California.
Robert in California. Up early in California. What's up, Robert in California?
Well, you were asking about how you guys can do a Patreon show.
Well, I don't want to do that on the air. I was going to talk about that all off the air. I haven't even talked to Steve about that yet, actually. I was talking to people during the break. So, no, I'm not going to talk about it on the air right now. But I'll talk to you about it another time, maybe. All right, PJ, you're on the radio.
Desire. Trump will be at the BB&T Center on the 26th. I printed out my ticket, and I'm going to be there right about the time you start your show on Wednesday because I want to make sure I get in. That's the most important thing. You get early.
Yes. Well, I'll be there I'm going to the Trump rally with my daughter next week, and it's going to be a good time. And it's very important for people to understand the significance of this location. This is President Trump celebrating his change of residence to the state of Florida. This is in the Democrat stronghold of Broward County. It's technically in the city of Sunrise because that's where it is, and it's being promoted as the Sunrise, Florida rally, but it's in Democrat Broward County, which is bordering Democrat Palm Beach County. So here you've got this huge Democrat stronghold in Florida. The president is holding this rally, which is going to be massive in what has been historically Democrat country.
Yeah. Is that okay? I'll send you a place online.
Well, you'll be there long before me, but do me a favor. Those of you that go to the Trump rally next week and you're there early, like PJ, make sure you bring up the Steve Kane Show on your phones, on iHeartRadio or YouTube, wherever you listen.
I'll be there.
And I did not, you got to, I'll get one. You'll have to get one yourself, but we'll get your ticket, Steve. Don't worry. And turn up the volume really loud so everyone in line at the Trump rally, because I know people will be getting there really early, are listening to this broadcast. All right, PJ? No, I'm not promising any favors. You're not missing anything.
I did sense that.
No, I'm not bringing coffee. I'm not bringing coffee. But anyway, PJ, as he waits to talk, I like PJ, but he waits to talk. He doesn't listen. No matter what you say to him, he gets back to what he was waiting to say. That's his person. Hey, listen, can't teach an old dog new tricks, can you? That's just how he is. Yeah, so the brainwashing's going on at MSNBC. Buttigieg attacked by Black Lives Matter. I mean, the Democrats are totally in self-destruct mode. It's really coming apart for them. And then over the weekend on Marie Bartiromo's show, she had a Democrat congressman on from New Jersey, Jeff Van Drew. He's a sitting member of the United States House of Representatives. He is a Democrat, and he talked about himself and other Democrats so far as the impeachment goes. Listen to this. This is a Democrat speaking. He's not a former member. He is a sitting member of the House of Representatives. His name is Jeff Van Drew, Democrat from New Jersey.
And I'm back with Congressman Lee Zeldin and Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman Van Drew, why you voted against the impeachment inquiry. Does that mean you are poised to vote no on impeachment? We're expecting an impeachment vote sometime in December. How will you vote?
I would imagine that I'll be voting no. Now, I always, have a codicil if there's something new, something we haven't heard, something that really rocks.
Oh, see that? I like that.
Of treason or, a high crime, that would be different. But we don't see that. We see little different variations, hearsay, discussions, somebody heard something that somebody else said. Impeachment,
Now, keep in mind, this is a Democrat.
Impeachment, that our founding fathers had vigorous debates of whether they would even allow impeachment in the Constitution. You don't disenfranchise voters. Millions upon millions of voters. Voters choose their leaders in America.
And are you hearing from some of your colleagues in some of the states that President Trump won, that they may also vote no? Are you hearing?
This is a Democrat, yes.
Or are you sort of a lone wolf in all of this?
So I don't know how other folks will vote because, in all honesty, originally I thought there were going to be a few more. Not that it matters to me if I'm 1 or I'm 101. I do what I believe is right.
Good for you.
But there is some discussion among some of them, quietly, privately, of concern, certainly. I mean, what I'm hearing out in the street is, with most people, is they're kind of tired, they're kind of worn out, they're kind of bored, most folks, and they really want to move on unless there's something new and amazing. We know the end game here.
Okay, that's a Democrat. He's a current member of Congress. Don't look for him on CNN or MSNBC. He will not be invited. But he's saying that not only is he no on impeachment, there are many other Democrats who are, that are just kind of keep playing it low key. And then when the vote comes up, they're going to vote no. And that's huge story. You're not going to. It was on Marie Bartoloma yesterday, who shows way too much cleavage at the Catholic thing that she went to with the president. But regardless of that, that's a huge story that it will not be on CNN. All right, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Steve's here. We'll take our break. Third and final hour is beginning right now.
1470 is WWNN Pompano Beach and 95.3 FM W237BD Boca Raton, the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
Many people are suffering with depression, anxiety, addiction, trauma, loneliness, low self-esteem, and problems with intimacy. Day and night, they struggle to make it through.
Yeah, this is the new one she recorded.
Feeling overwhelmed, confused,
Last time she was here.
frustrated, lost, and fear never being able to find satisfaction in your intimate relationships. It's time to be proactive. Call me. Let's talk. I am Dr. Janae Lomaski, a licensed psychologist. You can reach me at 561-777-2021.
Steve Kane Show.
That's 561-777-2021.
Hold
Or
on.
you can find my number at stevekaneshow.com.
Hey guys, Brian here. Are you 30 years of age or older? If you are, you have low T. That's
Ray.
low testosterone. Don't worry, nothing's wrong with you. We all have low T. It's part of the aging process. That's why you get more tired than you used to. You want to take naps. The heat bothers you more than it did. And your sex life, well, I don't have to tell you about that, do I? Life doesn't have to be that way, though. Call my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Mitch Matez, at 561-953-5490. Talk to him about hormone replacement therapy. Hormone replacement therapy will give you your energy back. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more productive. And your sex life and sex drive will be back like it was when you were 25. It's a free consultation with Dr. Matez, but you have to tell him you heard about him on the radio. 561-953-5490. 561-953-5490. Online, hormonetherapybocaraton.com.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in
I know who it
educating
is.
Medicare beneficiaries on
This one just rang. You
available
got Steve Kane
options
Show.
to ensure you make the right choice for your needs.
Steve Kane Show.
Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire of Margate, where they have all the major name brand tires like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beaten. Steve Kane's tires for a Sienna van at the other tire shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the tire shops around town. Friendly Tire, only $65 $5. That's more than a 50% savings. Those prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of used tires too at $30 for most sizes. Call my good buddy Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Steve Kane Show is live in Morning Drive, 6 till 9 a.m. weekdays, and overnights, midnight till 6 a.m., 7 nights a week. To call the show toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1.
And a very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, on this Monday morning. And I see you discovered the gift that I got you over the weekend.
The pre-Christmas gift.
Yes, I had it installed in the board.
During the cruise. They came in here without me knowing.
Over the weekend, I came up with my friend Todd.
Yeah.
And this was Todd's suggestion. It was a great one. We're starting a new organization on the Steve Kane Show, the NTS Club. The NTS Club. And that red light that you have that was blinking as I was coming in, that's the NTS button. Remember these things? It's important.
I don't know what NTS is.
I won't ask you to take a shot because it would be a miracle if you got it right. But NTS, the NTS Club is a group of callers with NTS, nothing to say. So now, when you make it easy for you, when there's a red light, that red light starts beeping, you'll know that we have an NTS guy on, and you want to wrap it up as quick as possible.
Do you have like a button in your car or something,
Yes,
so when you're listening on the way up?
Remote, and it's gonna...
Because I was wondering, because when PJ was on, it was blinking too.
Yes.
I thought it was just for Ray.
No.
Yeah.
Several people, and there are also some good people that are members of the club because they're okay for a short time, but after about 2 or 3 minutes of them, they're out of material.
Okay. Well, a lot of callers are out of material before you say hello. But you want to take some calls?
Yeah.
All right. You're on the radio.
Hey, Brian, Larry. Hey, if this impeachment goes to the Senate, do those senators running for president need to recuse themselves?
You know, I'm starting to wonder if we're getting seminar callers today, because you were the second caller to say pretty much the same thing, and it seems an odd point to make. I know you'll deny it. I'm not necessarily accusing you, but to have 2 callers in less than an hour say virtually the same thing about something obscure involving the Senate sounds like seminar caller time to me.
I'm curious, though. Hold on 1 second. Sure. Larry, hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. What logical reason would you have for thinking that we would even consider the idea of forcing senators to recuse themselves? On what basis?
Well, the basis of the impeachment was that President Trump was going after Joe Biden because he's a political opponent. Well, wouldn't President Trump be a political opponent to the 4 or 5 senators?
No, they're not running for the same office. Okay, I did in the chat room. I got an answer. These are not seminar callers, but listeners to Mark Levin's show. You listen to Mark Levin?
Okay.
You listen to Mark Levin, callers? Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's a yes.
On my own,
Oh, just coincidental. Okay.
The other thing is and this probably has been said, the Republicans call the so-called whistleblower. Schiff says he doesn't know who it is, So how would the Republicans, can't they just call anybody they want?
No, that's exactly the reason. The Schiff has set up the ground rules so that he has veto power over any potential witness from either party.
You know, this is doing exactly what the Democrats hoped. I'm so frustrated with them. I can't
Why are
wait
you saying that?
to vote for President
But
Trump.
why are you saying exactly what the Democrats had hoped for? I think this is killing the Democrats.
Yeah, their plan is working perfectly, is what I'm saying. I am so frustrated from hearing all.
Wait, I'm confused. I'm confused because you're kind of boring as a caller, but don't take that personally. What,
means that in the complimentary sense.
when you say things are going as planned for the Democrats, what is going as planned?
I probably should have said perfectly for the Democrats.
Well, tell me what is going perfectly for them.
Well, I'm being facetious because
Oh. This is one of those nothing to say, but he uses a lot of words, so it sounds as if he has something to say.
And he's dragged it out so far.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've been hypnotized listening to that guy. That was an awful call.
Well,
Awful call.
he tried.
I don't think he tried. I think he had a purpose, that caller. You know, this Trump rally that's next week. Also, these are the two things that are very important to point out. There's Trump rally next week in Sunrise in Broward County. Okay. It's at the same venue that CNN had their town hall on guns when they had, Scott Israel there yelling, and it was empty. It was empty. I was there. It was empty. They had us all put in one section to make it look full. In fact, I even saw CNN doing test shots before we went on the air to not show empty seats on the monitors. It's at the same venue. It will be overloaded with people inside and out. Number two, this is the same venue where the woman in 2008 saw Obama speak and after says, if I vote for him, I'm not going to have to worry about putting gas in my car. I'm not going to have to worry about paying my mortgage. If I take care of him, he's going to take care of me. So this is a historic liberal venue and a Democrat stronghold, and Trump's going to have it overflowing. And I will tell you that I don't expect to make it into the rally because I do have a ticket for myself and my daughter. But Trump is so loved here in Florida, and this is a big rally because this is his welcome to Florida residency rally. You heard PJ. He's going to be there about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, about 14 hours before the event. But it'll be worth it just to be standing outside, watching on the monitors with fellow Trump people. I mean, because that's what it's about. I mean, I'd like to get in, but if I don't get in, I don't get in. I'll stand outside with the group of people. And this rally is going to be one of the largest rallies Trump's ever had.
VIP press tickets or anything like that?
You don't want to sit at the press where they're getting yelled at and Trump's pointing them out, calling them scumbags during the rally. You don't want to sit with them. You don't want to sit with them, but
Provide an interesting perspective.
No, but I don't expect to get in. But that's okay. That's okay because everybody else. It's important to have overflow crowds at these things. Whatever the venue is, he beats the attendance ever because you've got the people outside too that they don't count. And the reason he beats no matter if it's Justin Bieber, he beats it because people show up with tickets. Some show up without tickets looking for scalpers at a concert, but once the concert starts and the scalpers are gone, they leave. At Trump events, people stay outside these venues by the thousands and thousands at every one. And since I don't expect to make it in, I am going to take pictures and live stream from outside the place, okay, on YouTube, because the media never shows you what goes on outside these events. Because they don't want you to see they don't want you to see how many people are outside.
Aren't you afraid you'll be subjected to violence?
By what, our Trump people?
No, by attending Democrats, obviously. I mean,
Please.
I'm sure
We'll have them outnumbered.
Well, yeah,
We'll have them outnumbered. Steve Kane Show.
Okay, anyway, looks like are we up on a break?
No, we got to take one or two more calls and we'll break. All right, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Monday. Welcome back.
Good morning.
I'm jealous. I would have loved to have gone on a cruise, but the wife and I split up in June, so it didn't work out.
Well, next time, bring your girlfriend.
Yeah, I got news for you. I'm not going to start promoting this yet. Don't worry, people. But our next cruise, which is in December of next year, the Trump Victory Cruise, on the ship we're going on, the Celebrity Equinox, they have single cabins for single people traveling alone, because typically, one cabin, it's for two, this single cabin, and the rate for that cabin is adjusted for a single person. So you can, some of the people on our cruise this week, they met people.
Yes.
Yeah, there's single ladies on these cruises. Yeah. No, Celebrity Edge, we're going. The Celebrity Edge is the next cruise.
Roscoe, I mean, she had black in mind because I'm 56. I've never heard of a non-black man named Roscoe, so she was thinking black and
She was using racial terminology.
I don't know how many. I don't know if this struck anybody else, and we'll play a little bit of the tape when we get back to illustrate the point. But Joy Reid has been spending too much time listening to not Randy Rhoads. Who's the other one? Sucker.
I don't know.
The lady.
Liberal lady?
Yeah, on MSNBC. The big.
Oh, Rachel Maddow?
Rachel Maddow. She's been listening to Rachel.
You threw me off when you said lady.
Well, what the thing? No, but if you listen to her voice, I know she's not trying to do this, but she has picked up in Rachel Maddow's inflections. In fact, for a while I was listening, I thought it was Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
I tuned in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, she's clearly listening to the wrong people.
Well, when she says uncle and auntie, that is old-time slave plantation language to use towards elderly slaves. The uncles and the aunties.
Hey, it's good enough for Stephen Foster.
Yeah, well, they don't like Stephen Foster too much. And
Of course they're bigots.
I have not heard uncle and auntie used in a long time. And it was yeah.
About the black vote getting away from it because we're picking up on all the their lies are in your face. Obvious. No, they're still not talking about Joe.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Why did your wife leave you?
Well, I'm going to give you 3 of her reasons. She says, I still love my first wife who's deceased. I'm like, come on, I can't cheat on her with her. She's dead. So I still love my first wife. My kids don't like her. Hey, they're 18 and 21 away in college. Who cares?
What was her third reason?
She needs a man to wash her car without complaining.
Oh.
Food and trash and crumbs in the car for days at a time.
So, yeah.
2019 Toyota Camry, it took her a week to trash.
Oh, she wrecked it? She wrecked a new Toyota Camry?
You're better off rid of her.
But trashed it, like dirty food.
Oh. Well, it sounds like you're better off. Without her.
Come on the next Steve Kane cruise. Be sure to come on the next cruise because there are always a surplus of beautiful women.
Yeah.
That are associated with it. Seem to follow us wherever we go.
The next one's on the Celebrity Edge, and we're leaving, I believe, December 6th for our Trump Victory Cruise next year. But I got to tell you, this isn't it. So I got to tell you though, for a man whose wife left him, you sound good. You sound like you're happier.
You sound relieved. You sound like a weight has been lifted from your shoulders.
Yeah.
Well, we'll help you meet your next ex-wife.
All right.
All right, take care, Chris. Oh man. Oh.
Boy. You want a break?
Yep.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back. Your calls, if you want to get in and participate, we try to take as many calls as possible in the last hour. 1-888-GO-KANE. Go Kane. 1-888-GO-KANE, K-A-N-E, and the last digit is the number 1. Put it all together. You have 1-888-GO-KANE, number 1, and we'll be back.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954.
No, Rob's married.
753.
They're asking me in the chat.
954-753-80.
Just about the cruise.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer?
Oh no, you got to play a little more than that. You got to play more than that.
Foot ulcers, when you
The
have
Joy Reid thing,
diabetes,
yeah, you
can
can play the
lead
whole.
to severe health consequences, up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to 1 pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Sole Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoleauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
People put off the medical care they need for a lot of reasons. My deductible is too high. I don't have insurance. My schedule is too hectic. I just can't afford it. The time for excuses is over. Thanks to Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, where they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. PSA, only $34. Full cholesterol lipid panel, $28. Complete thyroid panel, $49. Diabetic A1C test, only $27. No doctor's order or prescription needed. All testing is always anonymous and confidential. In and out in 15 minutes or less. Most results in 24 to 48 hours. Make sure to ask about their allergy testing, which includes micronutrient and environmental allergens, and vitamin deficiency test, drug testing, you name it. Any Lab Test Now at Plantation, probably test for it. Any Lab Test Now at Plantation is located at 8367 West Sunrise Boulevard in the Jacaranda Plaza on the corner of University Drive and Sunrise Boulevard in Plantation. Give them a call, 954-916-1072.
Just wait a second.
954-916-1072. Online, labtestingplantation.com. Take control of your health with Any Lab Test Now of Plantation. 954-916-1072.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
Oh boy, I tell you. Oh boy. Oh, you know, I wanted to mention, Steve, with Any Lab Test Now of Plantation. Okay, the prices you hear in the ad are just a handful of, those are the most common tests that people come in for. And there's similar savings on all of their thousands and thousands of tests. Those are just the most common tests, so we give those examples a lot. But any test you have, I promise you, they guarantee, for Steve Kane listeners, the lowest price on all of their lab testing in town. So give them a call if you have any questions, 954-916-1072.
All right, let's go to the phone.
No, you don't want to take
you
these.
want to do the...
No, we're gonna play the Joy Reid.
And tell me if you don't, and I'm not saying she's trying to imitate Rachel Maddow, but it's just she's picked up...
Well, she ran in trouble. She was in some trouble with the gays, and Rachel Maddow came to her rescue about a year ago. It was found that Joy Reid had made some very, very hardcore homophobic comments online about a decade ago, and they came back to haunt her. And Rachel Maddow, for some reason, came to her rescue. So she's bonded a lot with Rachel Maddow. Now, this clip from yesterday's Joy Reid show over the weekend, the polls aren't looking good for the Dems. Impeachment is not popular. Their witnesses didn't witness anything. So Thanksgiving's coming up, and Joy Reid is giving a lesson using very hardcore racist slave terminology on how to brainwash your relatives over Thanksgiving dinner.
And the reason we're playing the clip is to listen, so you can listen to see how she has adopted the voice tones of Rachel Maddow. For if you listen superficially for a short period of time, if you just tuned in, you could even mistake her for Rachel Maddow. That's how similar the voices are. Now you can agree or disagree after you hear this.
We are just over 2 weeks away from one of the most beloved American food holidays, Thanksgiving, where problematic actual history meets delicious cuisine. And many of you will soon be heading home to spend time with family and friends, eat a little too much, and perhaps engage in a dreaded, contentious political debate with your cranky Uncle Roscoe when he starts yelling, "Read the transcript," at the dinner table between bites of turkey and pumpkin pie. But fear not. We here at AM Joy are going to help you get through it all by telling you everything you need to understand about impeachment so that you can easily explain to Uncle Roscoe and Auntie Carol before you all settle in to yell at each other about football But here's a hint. Do not worry about trying to explain the cast of characters or the very overused term quid pro quo. Most people can't say it, spell it, or understand it. What we're actually talking about here is not a pithy Latin phrase. It's something a lot simpler. Bribery and extortion. That's it.
Anyway,
This is a
you hear what I'm...
Yeah, yeah. And notice how this brainwashing seminar, the reason that impeachment's not popular is because the people at home in your family didn't go to college. They're stupid. So you have to use different terminology. This just cracks me up.
But here's a hint. Do not worry about trying to explain the cast of characters or the very overused term quid pro quo. Most people can't say it, spell it, or understand it. What we're actually talking about here is not a pithy Latin phrase. It's something a lot simpler. Bribery and extortion. That's it. This is a case of presidential level bribery and extortion.
Okay, that's how you brainwash your family. By the way, Uncle Roscoe and Auntie, whatever that is, it's like Uncle Remus. I mean, that's where that terminology comes from. It is. Where's Black Lives Matter when when this racial language like this is being? That's the terminology she used for elderly black men and women is some of the most racist language I've ever. It's close to the N-word, using those descriptions for elderly black people, aunties and uncles. That's. I mean, that's what the slave masters called them.
Exactly so.
Just like it was when they're young, they're bucks. When they're old, they're uncles.
Bucks.
Young bucks. That's what they called the black slaves. This is the Democrats.
Buck Sexton?
Yes, exactly. That's where he got the name. But it was nice that Barr came out defending Trump against impeachment.
Have you done anything on that?
I did not yet.
You got the article there?
Well, there's a soundbite. He was talking to the Federalist Society.
Immediately after President Trump won election, opponents inaugurated what they called the resistance. And they rallied around an explicit strategy of using every tool and maneuver to sabotage the functioning of the executive branch and his administration. The fact of the matter is that in waging a scorched earth, no-holds-barred war of resistance against this administration, it is the left that is engaged in the systematic shredding of norms and undermining the rule of law.
It's pretty good that he stood up against this.
I just want to point out something to you.
Yeah,
This is the man who is heading the investigation
that's right.
that we are all waiting for to see if there are criminal charges that are going to be leveled against the top FBI, Comey and the group of, who's the other guy?
Well, he's Durham. Durham is the prosecutor working for Barr.
Right. And so what he's just given you is a quick peek into what the findings are going to be on this. And from everything I'm hearing, it is not going to be pretty. And it will, the date I'm hearing is before Christmas.
I hope so.
What, a week or 2 or 3?
I hope so.
A great present, Christmas present for the country.
Yeah. No, I think it's awesome. I really do. I mean, this is great. For Barr to come out talking that way is a big indicator as
Did
to.
it strike you when you heard that and say, "Oh, this guy's the head of the committee"?
Well, he's the head. He's the attorney general. Yeah, he's in charge of the whole thing.
And that's
Yeah.
If those are the findings, our FBI chief is going to be going.
Comey, Brennan, all of them.
What is it? John Contini used to say, "Off to see the wizard."
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that.
It can't happen soon enough. I mean, we need it to happen. We really
I
do.
don't know that we need it to happen. I think the hearings are going strongly in our favor.
Oh, yeah.
And every time they ask these jokers a question like, "Did you ever talk to President Trump about this or saying this?" And had any discussions with the president about it? No, never talked to him.
Well, it's like what I was talking about earlier. Jesse Waters over the weekend says you can't even call them witnesses because they witnessed nothing.
That's a very good line.
And I thought that was pretty good observation. It's true. It's true. They had nothing. There were no bomb. The only bombshell, the only memorable thing from last week was Trump tweeting about the lady ambassador while she was testifying.
And some of our people are concerned about that and think that it may have done us some harm. I don't think.
Please, they said witness. it's not witness intimidation. She would not have even known about it
What's the point?
if Schiff didn't read it to her.
If there was intimidation involved, Schiff was responsible.
Exactly. He's the one doing the intimidation.
Just throwing it in the circular file.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it they say? The saying, if a tree falls in the woods and there's no one there to hear it.
Exactly.
Does it make any noise?
Now Wednesday, you and I are going to be at Attorney Barry Siegel's workshop. At this workshop, Wednesday is a big change from Barry's past workshops.
So pay careful.
Yes, for a couple of reasons. It's important. The first change is usually Barry does a Medicaid planning workshop and he does a living trust workshop. He's combining both topics into one workshop, and it's only from 10 to 11:30 in the morning. So both workshops combined into one, just 10 to 11:30 Wednesday morning. The second big change, he's moving it from Boca to Plantation at the Hyatt Place Plantation. And the address I'll put up on social media today, and I'll also put it up at stevekaneshow.com later today. But it's at the Hyatt Place Plantation at 8530 West Broward Boulevard in Plantation. It's this Wednesday from 10 to 11:30, the Medicaid Living Trust Workshop, both topics combined into one. So if you've gone to past workshops and you were at one but not the other, this is the one to come to because you're going to get both. You still get to ask the questions of Attorney Barry Siegel. It's all free, no charge. Steve's going to be there. I'm going to be there. And you learn a lot. And just to give you some highlights of some of the things you will learn how a properly designed and maintained living trust estate plan can protect you from forcing your family through court if you or your parents become disabled, how to protect you and your family of going through court if you or your parents die, how to avoid losing an inheritance to predators like divorcing spouses, like the last caller's wife, right? Lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, the IRS, and a whole bunch more. It's completely free. It's at the Hyatt Place Plantation. Steve's going to be there. I'll be there from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Give Barry Siegel's office a call. It's completely free, but they like to have an idea of how many people are going to be there so they know how to prepare, okay? 855-FLA Estate is his number, 1-855-352-3782, 1-855-FLA Estate. Call Barry's office just to let him know we're coming. Or you're coming. We're coming. You know we're coming, but to let him know you're coming. Yeah, all right?
We'll be back right after this.
You've heard Steve Kane talk about the great work and the incredible prices at Dr. Gupta's Brighton Dental. Richie the bus driver called Steve Kane on the air and told him about his experience at Brighton Dental.
Good morning. I have to talk about Brighton Dental because your sponsor is a miracle worker. I broke my tooth. I fractured it and it went backwards in my mouth. My front top tooth. I put it back into the socket. It felt like it was falling out. I had pain. I couldn't even eat spaghetti. And I was going to a wedding in New York 2 days later. And I said, what am I going to do? You know? The dentist here wanted to charge me $120 just to look at it and to tell me he couldn't do anything. I went to Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. I traveled 139 miles. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Each way. Okay? The man sat and worked on my tooth for 2 hours. Put a pin in it. Put it back in place. I could eat anything I want. He said it was temporary. He did such a great job. It feels like permanent. I have no pain. I could eat anything I want now. And the fact of the matter, this is what really was unbelievable. I was getting on the bus to go to the reception, okay, in New York City. He knew I was in New York. The phone rings. Who do you think's on the line?
Dr. Gupta.
Right. He wants to see if everything is going okay and if I'm in any pain. The guy is unbelievably wonderful. I mean, thank you so much. I wouldn't have been able to eat. I wouldn't have been able to go. I would have looked like a pumpkin.
Everybody needs a great dentist, and of course, for you Steve Kane listeners, you have one, Dr. Gupta, and he's been over there at Brighton Dental. He takes really good care of you. He's very conscientious.
What?
He's,
it's Barry. We got to do a quick thing with him.
Stop and you think about
Follow
it.
him.
And,
it's Barry Siegel.
Dr. Gupta certainly is an artist, and we're so pleased to have him with us.
Yeah, I just wanted them to know if you need a dentist, and the guy is so good at what he does.
I know.
He's so gentle, and I mean, I don't
It'll be
like
quick.
dentists. This guy is.
It'll be quick.
A tough show, and I'm going down to him to get it permanently put in. But right now, I don't have any pain. I can eat anything I want. Incredible.
Take Richie the bus driver's advice and go see Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. Call 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
Oh, boy. Hey, Steve, real quick. We have attorney Barry Siegel on the line. Just a follow-up. His workshops this Wednesday from 10 to 11:30. Hey, Barry.
Good morning. How are you, Brian?
Doing great. Doing great.
Good morning, counselor.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Excellent.
Hope you guys had a great weekend. As you know, we have our workshop in Broward County coming up on Wednesday, 10 o'clock a.m., where we're going to talk about everything you need to know about planning for long-term care and protecting your assets from the high cost of long-term care, nursing homes, assisted living facilities, home care. And we're going to also cover everything you need to know about setting up your revocable living trust, avoiding the horrors of probate and guardianship, protecting your beneficiaries so that they don't lose their inheritance that you left to them because they happen to get divorced. And by the way, the divorce rate is unbelievable. It's through the roof. So all of those things are going to be covered. And the thing is, it's designed to help those who attend get the information they need to make some intelligent decisions that they need to make. Because a lot of times we think that, oh, estate planning, I'll get around to it, or I did it before 10, 20 years ago. But really, there is an issue, just like many things. Like if you go to buy life insurance, you're one bad exam away from not being able to get it. Same thing with estate planning. If, God forbid, you or your spouse have, get a diagnosis and you don't have mental capacity anymore legally to sign papers, then whatever you have is what you're stuck with. So it's very important to be prepared and have the information you need.
Barry, give them the number of your office just to make sure they get in and make their reservation before Wednesday.
Sure. To get more information and register for your seats, call our office at 855-FLA-3782. You can also register on our website at www.siegelLawGroup.com. That's Siegel, S-I-E-G-E-L, lawgroup.com.
Very good talking to you. I'll see you on Wednesday.
All right. I'll look forward to you, Steve. Take care.
You take care, and we are back.
Oh, Mayor Buttigieg, really, his campaign screwed up. They screwed up. Oh, gosh. He put out a list. South Carolina is a big primary state. He put out a list it was a written, just a printed list of names of 400 South Carolina black supporters of his, okay? And here's the problem. Let me read you the headline. This is in the Gateway Pundit, thegatewaypundit.com. Pete Buttigieg puts out a list of 400 South Carolina black supporters. Here's the problem. 42% of the names on that list are white people. Of those who were black, many did not endorse or support Buttigieg. And when he put out the list, he had a photo of a black woman talking to a black child. It was a stock photo that was actually taken of a woman in Kenya speaking to another Kenyan child of hers. And he used this photo to promote the list.
So it promotes his Kenyan support.
Well, maybe, Obama, in Kenya, I don't know. But this is a disaster, and it just was just
Well, it's a disaster for him. But
Oh, it's great, yeah.
Eventually, they're going to come upon somebody who's acceptable to the American people who they're going to give my vote,
Yeah.
no matter who. But
That's a disaster for him. I mean, and having the picture of the Kenyan woman in the stock photo passing this off as a supporter of his. How did that happen? It was like almost a setup.
you could blame that on the people around and people running the campaign. Supposed to know better than that.
Well, they have a list of 400 black supporters. 42% of them are white people. So was this incompetence by his campaign, or is it the establishment screwing him over?
I would say probably a combination of the two.
The establishment used the stupidity of his campaign to screw him over.
Draw attention to it.
I've never seen anything like that. And that should actually, it's in the Gateway Pundit, which is a big conservative, but that should be like a lead story on television.
Well, it may be before the day's over.
I doubt it. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen a campaign do. I mean, that's worse than Dukakis in the tank.
We can say that Dukakis in the tank is a proven commodity. We know what it did, and what it did was destroy his campaign. It's too early to say that that's going to be the effect on Buttigieg's campaign.
Well, it depends on how the media handle it. The media made a joke.
By the way, Patrick Duval, are you sure that Buttigieg is the only gay candidate?
Oh, I don't know about him, but I've often wondered about Elizabeth Warren, because you look how she dresses.
Yeah, but
he's the only openly gay candidate.
Well,
Let's put it that way.
Putting that aside, talking about what really is, not what appears to be, is Patrick, I mean, he seemed, as when I was watching him, very...
Really?
Far more feminine than Buttigieg.
Well, let me look up what his situation is.
Person.
Let me see. Is
Not
he...
that there's anything wrong with that.
No, but why would he be in the closet? These are Democrats.
That's true. No gay should be in the closet.
Not when you're a Democrat, because, okay, let me go down to his biography. Personal life. Patrick is married to a woman, Diane.
Kids?
They have 2 daughters, Sarah and Catherine. And he's been married since '89.
I don't know.
That doesn't mean he's not gay.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. It just means he's married with kids. Well, they should have...
I guess my gaydar is...
Don't be so sure about that.
The battery on my gaydar, I guess.
Yeah, well, you put the batteries in that light for Ray. You got to put the batteries back in the gaydar detector. But the Democrats, they should have all these groups. They should have the transgendered candidate. They should have the non-binary candidates. They only have... They don't have now. They're the tolerant party. They don't. Where are these candidates that are open out of the closet? They're non-binary, gendered candidate running for president.
Well, they may not be running for president, but they're going to be there during the campaign with oodles of support.
Yeah.
For whoever the Democrat
Yeah.
is.
This story with Buttigieg, though, with the list of white people passing them off as black supporters, that's devastating. That if that were a Republican, they would be done.
But it's not, and therefore...
But why does that happen? Why do Democrats get a pass on all of these things? That's what I don't understand.
Hypocrisy. I mean, that's it.
But we have media, too.
Nothing new.
We have media, too, so I don't understand why when Democrats do things, it goes nowhere. I just don't understand.
Because they have us, the left have us intimidated that if what we say comes under the heading of what we would call political correctness, that it's meaningful. And that it means you're a bigot, the B word.
No. I mean, what Buttigieg did there with that list and showing passing off a Kenyan woman as a South Carolina black person, I mean, that's beyond incompetence.
Aren't all black people brothers?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe Obama still has an office over there in Kenya. I don't know. But I do know this.
Obama was, they're in trouble when Obama starts to stir.
Has he endorsed Biden yet?
He hasn't endorsed anybody.
No.
He's put them on notice that he's not happy with the status quo.
Which is what, losing the Trump? Oh, well, get used to it. This impeachment hearing last week was such a bust. I was shocked.
One of our parties over at Wings Plus.
I don't know,
Election party.
but maybe we'll do a re-election party. Yeah.
We definitely want to do. We haven't done it.
Yeah, maybe on Inauguration Day, maybe on the president's second inaugural. We'll do it. That would be a good one to do. But our cruise is the Trump victory cruise this year, so that'll be great. But this impeachment, fizzled out worse than anybody could have dreamed.
Well, it's not
this hearing
over.
last.
We're
They got nothing else. This last week was pretty brutal.
Good thing to try to revive it, but right now they're coming apart. If that was their
Can't be
if they
saved.
led with their best stuff, which
Yes.
I remember them saying that in the beginning, when the day the hearing started, that these were the best witnesses they had, and they were nothing. They came up flat.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
It was pretty brutal. I mean, it was brutal. I mean, none of them witnessed anything. None of them saw anything, and they cleared Trump. He did nothing wrong, committed no crimes, no impeachable offenses.
They used the transcripts to support Trump.
Yeah, but I do know this, that this is an amazing deal that I just found out about this morning. I do not know how long this is going to last because I found out about this by accident, and it involves MyPillow.com. Now, we've been talking, we're in Christmas season now, so MyPillow.com, when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, have incredible specials. And, the 2 MyPillows for the price of 1.
Oh, that's great for Christmas.
Yeah, perfect Christmas. In fact, it's 2 Christmas gifts, right? Because you're getting 2 MyPillows. But if you go to MyPillow.com and click the radio listener specials, there's a whole list of incredible specials when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. The MyPillow bath towels, which are a new product that they have, the MyPillow bath towels, regular price, $109.99. When you use the promo code KANE, just $76.99. The Giza Dream Sheets, buy 1 set of sheets, get the second set for free with free shipping when you use the promo code KANE. Save 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper when you use the promo code KANE. These are all great Christmas gifts, and there's many more. Go to MyPillow.com and click the radio listener special. Those are just a few of the many specials, but this is what's new. I don't know how long this is going to be there. I just found out about it because earlier I was talking about the MyPillow special, so I went to MyPillow.com, clicked the radio listener specials, and this popped up. If you go there now, you get $10 off these already discounted prices. There'll be, when you go to the radio listener specials, there'll be a window that pops up for an offer to save $10 off these already discounted prices when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. So that's like
your entire Christmas. That's about the best present I can think of. There's something for everybody's price range.
Well, like just give you an example on the pet beds. Okay, I have one. They come in various sizes and many colors. The pet beds start at just $19.99 when you use the promo code KANE, and now with this offer, that means $9.99 when you use the promo code KANE right now. Now this could disappear anytime, so go to MyPillow.com, click the radio listener special. Make sure to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout. Pretty good deal. All right, we'll be right. Yep.
What?
We'll be back after this. Yep.
Enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer
Steve
you
Kane
an
Show.
unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options.
Hold on.
I
What?
Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare
Yeah.
beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us
Black Friday's
at
next week.
954-753-8080.
Next week.
954-753-8080.
Plus tax, tag title, and includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit offers and 11/10/19. Over 1,500 Toyotas are on
Yeah, that
the
extra
ground,
$10
and
is new.
truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is
Hey there.
holding the ultimate
Okay, Youngerman.
2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when you and use 50% less. Upgrade 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. Upgrade 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $18,775. Upgrade 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $13,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SET, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Okay, Youngerman's on the line.
Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, and now the thing that I missed most while we were on our cruise of the beautiful islands, we didn't get to check on the prices of the precious metals every day as we do usually with William Youngerman, and he is one of the world's leading experts on the precious metals, advising people on trends and movements in the gold and silver and other precious metal markets for 52 years. And it looks, from what I've been trying to follow, that there's some good opportunities to buy here. Let me introduce you, William Youngerman. William, how are you doing?
Great, Steve. How you doing?
Excellent.
Good. Well, the precious metals seem to be holding very well after taking a big drop last week, getting down to about 1645 before recovering and closing out the week at $1,467.90 on gold. That was down $3.30 on Friday. But as I said, the low for the week was around $14.45. Silver recovered and closed out the week at $16.93, which was down 6 cents on Friday. Platinum was up $8 on Friday at closing out the week at $8.88, and palladium closed down $28 on Friday at $16.86. This morning we saw a little bit of a push down on gold, got it down to about $1,455 before again turning around with pretty much a vengeance and coming back up to where it is now at $1465.50. That's just down $2.40 for Friday. Silver down 3 cents right now at $16.80 the ounce. While platinum is down $4 at $8.84, and palladium is up $6 at $16.72, or $16.92. That's pretty much where we're starting off today. We'll see how this week unfolds, but the markets will probably try to find some stability around the and above those support levels, which should come into play around $14.50 on gold. We'll see if that holds, and if it does, then we could be working up towards the resistance of $1,500 on gold again.
And this is a great opportunity to, if you need money, William, it should be said, not only sells precious metals, he buys them as well. If you have anything sitting around like scrap gold or jewelry that you don't wear anymore, whatever you have, bring it into William. He pays top dollar, and he's as honest as the day is long, and I've been dealing with him for over 15 years. William Youngerman, located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca. That's the Bank of America building, right on the Williams, right on the first floor, across the hallway from the bank. You can reach him by phone from anywhere in the world at 1-800-327-5010, or go to the website at williamyoungerman.com. William, a pleasure, and we will speak tomorrow, all right?
All right, have a great day.
You take care, and we are back.
Oh, boy. You want to take another call before we... All right. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
John from Fort Lauderdale. Good morning, gentlemen. I hope you had a great time on the cruise.
We did.
Wow, that's great. I've got to say something here. I think there is a complete lack of knowledge of federal law when it comes to this Ukraine issue with Donald Trump. If you look up, you can Google it, it's U.S.-Ukraine Treaty in 1998,
Steve Kane
July
Show.
1998,
Yep.
signed by none other than President.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh. No problem. No problem. Take care. All right, take care. Bye. Yeah.
Well, that's a very good point. Do you think Schiff will say that? Well, that's the thing. This whole thing is really, if you want to look at it realistically, has become a eye of the beholder issue. And depending on who you're talking to, you get two different perceptions of reality.
Yeah.
But I think ours is winning.
Let me ask you, caller. Do you think Schiff has any understanding of how bad the hearings went last week for him? Really?
He is the weirdest looking cat I've ever seen. God.
Yeah, he's strange.
And with those bug eyes that he's got.
To me, he looks to me. To me, he looks insane. He just doesn't look like he's all together. And the way he brought the gavel down on the Republicans last week, that was pretty brutal.
That's great. Every time
Thanks,
that
Katina.
happens,
Thanks,
that's the
Katina.
most valuable part of the hearing first.
when he shut down the lady congressman from New York. Oh.
When he wouldn't let anyone speak. When he wouldn't let anyone speak. There's going to be a lot of that in the coming days. He's going to be doing a lot of hammering, and he's hammering the nails into his own coffin.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looks
Yep,
like to
you're
me.
right, Steve. Anyway, I heard.
Okay, we'll look that up at bedtime. We
want you on our cruise next year.
Oh, he's already gone, but he's invited. It is a big one, the Trump Victory Cruise on the Celebrity Edge, people. And by the way, I'm not going to get into the promotion yet because we're still organizing. All the activities, we are changing things up quite a bit. We got a whole bunch of different things we're going to be doing on the next one, which when we iron them all out, we'll tell you about. But when we were on the cruise last week, we had our maitre d' was from, because they have name tags and it tells you where they're from, the country they're from, or state or city to spark conversation. You know how it is. And one of them had said Ukraine. And I'd asked the it was a lady, and I'd asked her, I said, is it Ukraine or the Ukraine? Because I always grew up, it was the Ukraine, because it was a Soviet state back then, one of those Soviet republics. Yeah. And she said, no, it is Ukraine, no the. It was like a big deal to Ukrainians not to say the Ukraine. The Ukraine implies that it's still owned by Russia. And she was like passionate. She was like, no. She made a big deal about it. She says, you say Ukraine, no the Ukraine. Because Ukraine means they're an independent country. The Ukraine means they're a satellite state of Russia. I know, it meant a lot to her, and she's Ukrainian.
I guess.
Well, it should, got to respect our allies, I guess.
When I first heard that Schiff was challenging the president to come on, it gave you a real feeling of how much trouble they're really in. I mean, this is like really a long shot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that having been said, the President Don has a habit of doing things that would appear at first glance to be not helpful to the campaign. Most of those things, though, if you let a couple of days go by, turn out to be not bad, and in most cases turn out to be pretty good. I mean, he's got a better sense than anyone else about what will fly and what won't fly, but can you imagine how tempted Donald Trump, given his personality, how tempted he is to take Schiff up on that offer? He would love it. That's his thing, right up his alley. But again, with perjury traps, you can't win.
Yeah.
So and cooler heads will continue to prevail.
Pelosi said over the weekend, Nixon had the decency to resign. Well, he should resign because the Democrats don't like him. What is she? She's out of her mind. They've all lost their minds on the left.
Well, they're caught up in Trump.
Trump derangements. Well, this is what they don't realize, okay? When Bill Clinton was impeached, women were accusing him of rape, physical assault, sexual assault. I mean, he was like being accused. There were all these things going on. You don't have any of that with Trump.
The bottom line of that nonsense is there was a crime. There was no crime with him.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the thing that Democrats...
There were hardcore crimes.
Oh, yeah.
That Clinton was convicted of.
Yeah. Well, they have gone after Trump so many times. He's always been cleared. And then every time he's cleared, they started with a new one. They've lost credibility even with their own people. And I was watching a little bit of CNN over the weekend. Not too much, but I watched a little bit of CNN. And they're really regretting this impeachment thing that Schiff is doing. It's because they're losing credibility even among their own people, which is what they care about. But
If we're over? Okay. And that does it. The little birdie just tapped me on the shoulder. That does it for today. We will be back with all the goings on tomorrow. Probably be a lot of developments today, even though there are no hearings till tomorrow. But we hope that you will join us. Till 6 a.m. on behalf of Brian, I'm Steve. God.
Thanks, Rob.
Bless America.
All right, guys. See you later. Make sure you subscribe if you don't.